Hello, everybody. Welcome to Do All the Things, the GDQ Hotfix show, all about 100% speedruns and completionist runs in general. Almost flubbed that. Let's go. Hi, I'm Mr. _ Shasta. I'm your host. I host the show every other week. It's pretty awesome. So now we have two games, a very open world in a way, very much about exploration, and we're going to get all the things in both of them. That's the plan. Should be awesome. So we have Tomb Raider 2 Remastered, which, by the way, Tomb Raider 4 through 6 Remastered came out today, so get that if you enjoy this run. And also afterwards, you have Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which is going to be both a great time to say at least. I've never seen an Assassin's Creed run before in general, so like that's really cool to see on here, especially. And also, I've seen Tomb Raider before, but like this is gonna be really cool too. I know this run is awesome, and I'm excited to see you with Tippy here in a second. So hello.
Hello.
How you doing? Yeah.
All right. Hi, Shasta.
I hope so.
Thank you so much for inviting
Hello.
me. Hi, chat. I am Smooth Operative. I will be running Tomb Raider 2 Remastered and collecting all the secrets for you. So with me on the couch is my good friend Richard, who is also our producer. Richard, say hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you all for joining us.
Hi, Richard.
It is Lara Croft's I guess, birthday, as you might expect from a fictional character. It is her birthday today, so we are celebrating here on Do All the Things. And yeah, let's have some tea first before the run. Okay, that was good, delicious. And now we are going to go to the menu. So, okay, let's talk about this run. It's a long one, y'all, so buckle up. It's about a 2-hour run if everything goes wrong. So hopefully everything will go right. But I guess we can just kind of kick it off and I'll talk about things as we go along. What do you say?
Yeah, good luck with the run.
Sounds good to me.
All right, I'll count it down. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so I don't know how many of you have played this game, but in Tomb Raider 2, the secrets are all little dragon statues, and they come in 3 materials: stone, jade, and gold. So we are going to be collecting, I believe, 48 of them throughout this run. So pay close attention to the first one. Lara's going to make a little sound, and I want you to listen. Did you hear that? So get used to that sound. And chat, feel free to call out the as you hear them or don't, because sometimes Lara won't make a sound if she's underwater. So I'm going to be relying on you a little bit to remind us of what that sound is like.
Yeah, try your best at spelling that, chat. I don't know how to spell.
I think it's just AHA, but you know. We'll take anything as long as you're enthusiastic about it. So
I hear more as like a
It's like, oh, excuse me, Lara. But
yeah.
So we are going to be doing our first kind of trick here. If you pick up an item underwater and you hit the flare button, you get a free flare. And we love free flares in this game because flares help us do lots of cool clips, and they help us cancel Lara's stumbling animation. So it allows Lara to go a little bit faster, and that's always great, right, for a speedrun?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Do you like going fast?
And I'm going to be trying a little corner clip here, like a little corner bug. This one is hard, so hold, please. Yeah, I'm not going to be attempting that because, as you can see, the crows and the spiders love to push Lara around. And if you kind of take a little too long there, you won't be able to really set it up properly. So I'm going to be skipping that. All right. Now, throughout this run, we will be picking up extra med packs. There are many, many places for Lara to die. So the more med packs we have, the better shape we will be in later down the line. Crows, please. Okay, now remember what I said about trying to remember to make good saves throughout the game? This is what that looks like. Saving the game. But the nice thing I will say about Remaster is that if you do fail, you can restart a level, so that's always nice. If we need it.
That's good, at least. We love good
Yeah.
checkpoints.
Yeah,
We
you're,
love checkpoints.
You're actually
Heck
a runner
yeah.
of both the original and the remaster, aren't you?
Yes, and actually that comes into play a little bit, Richard, because for some setups, I'm very used to the classic graphics. And so you'll see me switching to classic graphics on occasion throughout this run, kind of like this. Yeah.
That's so cool
Oh.
that it just automatically swaps back and forth. That is like
Yeah,
really
it is
cool.
cool.
That's really awesome.
I have it set to like the middle, I guess, button. I'm on a DS4 controller in case anyone was wondering. Okay, so coming up here is called a dive bug. So if you dive and you hit a very specific spot, you won't take any fall damage, and it looks a little something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, so now we can get down here to the very last secret in the Great Wall, which is the gold one. And then we're going to meet a special friend. This is Diane. Hey, girl.
Hi, Diane.
Hey, Diane. So the idea with Diane is I'm going to be trying to shoot her like away so that I have time to hopefully get out of here. Okay, like that. Ooh, she was nice to me today. Let's go. And then the only other thing we have to worry about now is getting eaten by tigers on the way out. So, okay.
How'd that upwarp work right there?
Say again, Shasta. Oh yeah, so that's a corner bug, and it kind of works like if you line Lara up in a certain way and jump up, she'll kind of like clip up to the top. All of the corner bugs, I will say, are a little bit different. It's kind of the same for flare bugs. This game is very special. It makes you learn a lot of different ways to do the same thing, essentially. Kind of like this is also considered a corner bug. But it's a swim bug, you know? So,
Yeah.
corners,
Like a pond skater.
we get through them, yeah.
That's a swim bug.
All right, so we are in Venice now, and at the end of the last level, Lara got a little bit of intel about a cult called the Fiamma Nera, and they want the Dagger of Shein, which is the mystical artifact that we are going to be hunting for this playthrough. And so we're looking for a man named Marco Bartoli, and he is like the cult leader. So we're trying to find this dagger before he does. And this dagger, I will say, has the ability to turn like the wielder into a dragon. I don't know if I mentioned that, but very important.
That's a great birthday present for Lara, I think.
Huh.
It would be. So I'm hoping we can collect that.
Yeah, Shasta, thanks for having this game on Lara's birthday.
Absolutely.
I know, that was pretty hype.
Yeah, that was
I don't
really
know.
good timing.
Hmm.
I told Shasta and Richard this beforehand, but this is my first time on like a hotfix show that I wasn't hosting or anything like that. So I really appreciate it. And I'm very excited to be showing y'all this run.
Happy here, honestly. I actually had no idea about that before I had you on.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I was like, heck yeah.
Now, wasn't this remaster also released on Valentine's Day?
Yes, actually, Richard, that is correct. So this was released last year on the same date, so February 14th. And, you know, we've had a year to play with the game, so it's in pretty good shape speedrun-wise, I like to think. Strat-wise. I did try to learn a few new strats for this run. I may attempt them, but listen, friends, my practice didn't go great, so we'll see what happens. But a great thing about this run is it's a lot more explosive than all the other
Whoa.
runs. We get to utilize
Shattered in like 16 parts. Oh my gosh.
yes, we get to utilize Lara's full toolkit in this run, and I think that is part of the reason I enjoy it so much. Despite the length.
Part is why I enjoy like It's part of the reason why I enjoy 100% runs a lot in general is all different variety of like powers and weapons and stuff you get to use compared to just a normal 8% run where normally it's a lot more limited in what you use.
Yeah, you miss out.
I do love that.
You miss out on a lot of things sometimes in games when you don't get to explore the whole thing. So we're exploring it all. All right, so coming up here, this is kind of what is called an underwater quap, and I'm going to be trying to. We'll talk more about quaps later, but I'm going to be essentially trying to get Lara to like warp under this door. So I have to get her in a whoop, not like that, Lara. I have to kind of get her into a state where she is able to do that. So let me set that up for you in Classic. Love the sewer water.
Now, Shasta, what were your first thoughts when you heard underwater quap?
I thought of quap the video game.
That is,
as I'm sure many people did.
Yes, you would be like half right about that. Okay, perfect.
Oh,
Like
nice.
yeah. So we go under the door like that, and quap you'll see again where Lara kind of like quicksands into the floor like that in another level. So I'll point it out then, and then we can talk a little bit more about it then. Whew, okay, we're in Bartoli's hideout, so presumably he's around here, but spoilers, we're not going to see him. Got to get the dramatic music in when you can. All right. So for this thing coming up, I'm going to be kind of trying to clip through this corner. Hopefully I can get it. Yep, awesome. And then we're going to actually make, what did I say? A safety save. In case we happen to fall from this here. Looks like it's good, friends.
Nice.
Yeah, it's, you know, you can see all these like heights that I'm hanging out in. Lara can fall anywhere. Whoops. Wasted a grenade on that guy, but it's okay.
I don't think they'll ever get old to me. Just explaining like 20 different parts.
It's like, hello there, blows the person up. Well, we take it.
It's just like
Glorious.
the movies.
Yeah, it is. It's like directed by the most explosive director you can think of.
Michael Bay.
I wasn't going to say it, but Shasta did, so listen. Michael Bay explosions, we're back, baby.
We're so back.
All right, that was just a quick little trigger skip to avoid two thugs and a dog. And if you kind of like jump at the little corners, in some places you can trigger skip enemies, so then you don't have to deal with them.
You know, at the beginning of this run, we mentioned that this is an all secrets run, but I don't think we actually mentioned how many all was.
I might have, but it is 48 secrets, and most of these secrets you will find in all the levels except the Dragon's Lair and Home Sweet Home, which are the final two levels of the game.
That's so many uh-huhs.
Yeah, it's a lot of All right, I'm gonna be attempting a pretty tough jump. I'm gonna try to YOLO it, like, from here. But let's see. Okay, nice. That is a hard,
Easy every
hard
time.
jump to set up sometimes. Oh boy, all right. And now we get to swim for a little while. So, Shasta, if you do have any announcements, feel free to let us know.
I do in this case. So, do you know about Speedruns 2025? How we're doing an English restream for that on this channel right here? Well, that's happening February 27th through March 2nd. Biffing Doctors of the World.
Let's go.
It's much more Speedruns in chat to learn more. I'll put it in chat right now. I got y'all.
Shasta, I actually,
You don't have to do
I
it.
actually
I
heard
can
you're
do that.
commentating a few runs for that. Now, can you maybe
I am.
let us know what you're
Yeah.
going to be commentating?
I'm commentating Cryptid Maze and Mirror and also Puzzle Bubble 3DX, both games I've run before.
Let's go.
Well, Puzzle Bubble, I've run the NC4 version, but yeah, same thing. Very excited about that, to say the least.
Yeah, good
Heck
luck
yeah,
with that.
Shasta. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Heck yeah.
Hope y'all will tune in for that. Our very first restream of Speedruns.
We.
And hopefully not our last. I love the fact that we're doing this in the first place. I feel like this should just happen more in general. I love it.
There's a large French contingent of the Ori speedrunning community that has talked very highly of Speedrun in the past. And so I
saw it last year, actually.
I'm very interested.
It was a really cool marathon.
All right, friends, we are going to try to do a flare clip. This one is a little bit annoying, but let me try to set this up for you. This might work. So this is something that is a little bit different from classic to remaster. You can use flares to like clip up to walls and stuff. And there are some flare exclusive tricks in like the PAL PlayStation version of the run, but you really don't see a lot of these in the classic any % on PC. So just a little fun fact for you. And now we are out of the hideout and on our way to the Opera House. And I do switch to classic for the beginning of the Opera House because this is an old setup that I am just used to doing for better or worse. So we're going to go for it.
Now, how true to form are the classic graphics here in terms of like setup, like indicators for you? You know, when you swap back to classic here, are they pretty accurate?
Yeah, I would say the setups are like pretty accurate. So that's why you'll like see me switching a lot for various setups specifically. Not everything is the same. Like it's not a run for run kind of deal, but yeah. All right, we'll do a safety save here. So we're about to take the leap of faith. If anyone can imagine what that would look like, that's what it looks like.
Oh.
It's a little dangerous.
We're having past those spikes.
Yeah, because if you overshoot it, you're just gonna die right here in this glass. So nice, we got the gold secret. Thank you, Chad. And then we are gonna be heading on down to like, what can I call this next room? It's kind of like where everybody gets ready, like backstage, the green room, if you will, like we were in before the show started.
True.
And there's a little bit of fancy footwork you gotta do here, and then boom, hi, goodbye. There's a dog coming up. There we go. Sometimes the grenade launcher just misses the dog, and I don't understand why that happens, but okay. Yeah, see, it's a nice little backstage, getting ready kind of room. As you can see, it's in pristine condition.
Yeah, it looks really good. It's actually getting ready for you to PB, even.
True.
I don't want to get anyone's hopes up. We'll see what happens, but okay. So we're going to be getting the Jade secret next, and this one is terrifying. Because it's like right next to a fan. But okay, good stuff. Cruising. Sometimes so I do use the D-pad for this game. One thing about Remaster is you can play like modern graphics, or sorry, modern controls, but it's a little too weird for me, so I don't go there. I just stick to the classic tank controls D-pad. So if Lara looks like she's controlling like a barge, it's because she is.
Now, is that mostly because you've just played it for so long,
Yes.
you know, growing up and speedrunning the original?
Yes, 100%. That's correct, Richard.
Definitely understand that for sure.
Yeah. I'm going to try to set up a classic setup for secrets. We'll see if this works. It may not, because the location is a bit specific, but I'm going to try it anyway. Okay, nice. We like that. We like first try tricks. You can use a flare or that guy's med pack, but that's what you would call, I guess, like an enemy manipulation. So it's very hard to do usually because, you know, enemies can be unpredictable and things like that. All right, how about I turn on the light for y'all since it's dark. We are now under the stage of the Opera House.
Opera houses normally have a stage on the wire like this. It's just like a regular thing to have.
It's kind of an odd situation because Bartoli, the antagonist, I guess you could say, his father was a magician at this opera house. And so I think in a way it's kind of like his safe space. It's a bit disheveled, you know, it's not in commission anymore. So they just kind of use this like defunct opera house as their headquarters for now.
Makes sense.
Just check out my magic trick. I am first dry, and now I have become wet.
Yes. We are going to be trying a little ladder clip here to skip this. It can be a bit trolly sometimes, so let's see. Gonna save. All right. We like first try tricks. We like those.
Love those.
And then all we got to do is hopefully escape the opera house in one piece and avoid the boss of the level, which is coming up. Okay, so I made a very fatal mistake, but don't worry about it because I know how to fix this.
I believe.
So typically you're supposed to get to this little switch over here, and I just kind of overshot it a bit. You know, butterfingers happen, but this is the switch where we would have ended up, and then hopefully I can get out of here without dying or using a med pack. You have to be pretty quick. Okay, good. We're getting on the plane. So this plane is going to take us to a level called the Offshore Rig. And actually, Lara gets on this plane, but she is knocked over the head with a wrench, and they trap her in this room. So now she has to figure out how to get out. How do you think we can get out of here, y'all? Where do you think they put the key?
Behind that box?
Right, you are, Shasta. Right behind this box.
Yo, I'm so good at guessing. Let's go.
You totally are. It's a switch here, and then the door opens to leave so we can escape and get our weapons back. We gotta avoid these enemies coming up just for a little bit until I have Lara's guns back. So we're gonna do some shenanigans to try and get back in the plane. Alright, so this is where her guns are. Got 'em.
Great spot.
Yeah, just right there in the plane. And coming up, I will say, is probably one of the trickier parts of the run. Some reason the camera has really been trolling me lately on this. We have to do a little bit of a swim of shame here, but it's no big deal. The camera has been changing and preventing me from clipping through that fence. So it's been throwing me off lately. But no matter, we're going to take care of these thugs. And this guy here drops a very important key that we need to proceed through the level. So we got the key card, we got this, and now we can go to the difficult part I was talking about. All right, so my friends, we're gonna have to do what is called a flicker in this next section, and it can be a little annoying to set up. So I'm gonna go ahead and save and see if we can get this trick down. I'm gonna be trying to get Lara caught in kind of this like constant state of rolling. So I have to like set her up very specifically. Okay, this actually looks like a pretty good setup.
Oh,
Sorry, I didn't reload again. It's very finicky, so if this takes me a long time, it's not that surprising because it's painfully difficult sometimes.
But speaking of rolling, everyone, we have a full weekend of Donkey Kong speedruns, and Donkey Kong known for rolling to move fast.
ooh,
Coming up this weekend, starting at 1 p.m. each day.
that is true.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lit weekend. I don't know what's going on here.
Hyped for Jungle Bee personally. I'll say at the very least, it's a very funny looking trick.
It is. It's such a pain. Like, I wish I could explain how difficult this is to set up sometimes. It has a mind of its own, so just bear with me, y'all.
For sure. It doesn't look easy for sure.
And while you're there, I actually just have a question for Shasta. So,
yes.
all of the secrets in each level here, there's stone dragons, jade dragons, and gold dragons. Out of those three, what appeals the most to you?
I'd say either the gold or the jade. Jade's like, precious stone you normally see in general, but gold's is like everyone knows gold.
Yeah, it's very
good. Very valuable.
Yeah, very valuable.
I don't know.
I feel like a jade dragon would probably be pretty valuable too. I mean, it's like
Yeah, probably.
full on one piece of jade,
It's probably that one.
Stone dragon's
I'll
probably
go
the
jade.
cheapest.
I'll lock it in. Oh yeah. But it also looks very cool. That's one you display in your house,
Yeah, I mean, honestly, in this speed run, since we're getting all of them, we get to display all of them. So, even
true.
better.
Oh, okay. We're through. God, that is such a nightmare of a trick.
Let's
sometimes.
go!
It will not. It will
Nice.
not work for no reason. So, I don't know how long that took, but sometimes that is typical behavior. Okay. So now we get to see a little bit of a sunset together. Oh, so beautiful. She took a hard stumble there on accident. It was like clonk. And actually, the secret up at the top of that ladder is pretty close to the next one that we're going to grab, which is, I believe, the jade secret. And this one is hidden just behind this fan. Right here. You got to be careful you don't over swim, because if you do, you'll get sucked into that fan, and that's not good for anyone.
Definitely not. Now, we actually have a question from chat.
Please, yeah, if y'all have questions, by all means.
Chat's curious if you were the one that found that flicker, or you maybe know the history behind how that got found.
I don't exactly know the history behind that flicker. There's another runner by the name of Xenon who was working on this category kind of just before I started working on it, and I don't know if Xenon found that trick himself, but I kind of used his run as a little bit of a guide so that I could come up with a way to do it that makes sense for my own brain. All right, remember what I said about quaps? So think of the quap runner. It's that Bennett Foddy game. And we're going to be trying to get Lara to sort of behave a bit weird. She's kind of sliding through the floor, and then if all goes well, we're going to quicksand under this door.
Just normal behavior, really.
Yes.
Yeah.
She just does this.
Yes, she does. She does just do this. Okay, I didn't mean to like kill this guy so far away, but we're gonna pick up his med pack. And then yeah, we're gonna do what I said the remaster is known for, which are these flare clips. So here in Classic, you would normally use the item from the enemy to clip up here, but instead I'm going to be using this flare. And I'm gonna try to set this up early. Let's try like here. Okay, now let's try and kill this guy. If we can conserve the flare, we try to. So let's see if I set this up. Okay. Okay, awesome. So just like that.
Very nice.
Whew. Now we are gonna go through the Stroopwafel Hall for a bit. Delicious. Any
Stroopwafel?
Yeah, any Stroopwafel enjoyers. I love them. They're so good.
That's me. I haven't had them in a while, but it's so good.
Yeah, they're really good. And then we've got, I think this is the last secret in the level, so we just have to get back up to where we were. So we're gonna do some shenanigans.
I feel like the the food discussions can never leave the GDQ channel for long.
No,
we had a
eat.
breakfast food
Sure.
discussion during Back to Black last weekend. Stroopwafels now. What's next?
Yeah, I don't know.
I made fried rice like an hour ago. It was delicious.
Oh, that does sound good.
It's always good. It's so easy to make too. I love it.
I think I saw a question in chat that said, what made me pick up TR2 as a game to speedrun? TR2 is a game that I played a ton growing up back in the day. And we had like a demo for Venice, I think it was. So I played Venice so many times that I couldn't take it anymore. So I started playing the full game. And I don't know, there's something really weird and creepy about this game, especially some of the later levels. It's very atmospheric to me, and I just love it. So I hope that answers your question. But y'all can always feel free to find me on Twitch, and we can talk about it more. Okay. Just have to do another ladder clip there, and then we are going to take care of this gentleman. And steal all of his things. We should just rename it to Steal All the Things, because really that's what we're doing today.
All right, chat. So your show's rebranded now.
Understandable, yeah. Instead of dad, sad. Gotcha.
Because think about it, the bad guys or gals or non-binary pals, they don't want you to have the secrets or the things. So we gotta steal them every run, right?
Yeah. It's ours now. We found it first.
I'm not quite so sure about that, but
Nah, trust me.
And that's the end of the rig. So I mean, honestly, the flicker that I was showing y'all is probably the worst part of the game, if I'm being honest. I think it's a really hard trick. So yay, we're done with that. And now we get to go to I believe this is diving area. And this is just kind of where Lara ends up on the journey trying to find the dagger. Like they bring her into all kinds of madness trying to find this thing. Oh, I'm gonna reload this because we don't want to fall. It's a pretty big time loss. Maybe I'll take my time with this.
yeah, you got this.
Yeah.
And this actually gives me a great opportunity. You know, you've asked a couple questions, or you answered a couple questions from chat, but I want to pose a question to you, chat.
Oh.
So, you know, with these 3 games having come out a year ago, we actually have 4, 5, 6 came out today. Chat, have you played any of these TR games? And if so, what's your favorite? And Tippy, you're actually going to be playing some of the new game later today, aren't you?
I am, yeah. You know, listen, when a new Tomb Raider game comes out, the community goes wild. So I will absolutely be playing Tomb Raider 456 on my Twitch channel. If y'all want to come hang with me at some point while I'm playing, it'll be fun.
And twitch.tv/smoothoperative.
Thank you.
Go follow
subscribe.
right now. Ooh,
Oh my.
the gauntlet is thrown. I see.
We're getting back into more fun remaster exclusives with this flare embed here, so let's see if this will work. This one is a bit trolly sometimes. I feel like I'm already gonna have to set this one back up. Yep. Okay. All right, this looks better. Bam, just like that. You can clip through a lot of things with the flare. It's really great. Thank you, devs, for including that.
Thank you, devs.
We're going to be doing another quap here. This one looks a little bit different, but let's see if I can get this on the first try. I got to do a little bit of counting, and then we're going to try to phase shift under that door.
Looks like we got a nice mix from chat between 1, 2, and 3.
Let's go. They're all great games, and the soundtracks for all of them are like amazing. Oh wow. Wow, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so shocked because that flamethrower man really doesn't like me, and he was so well behaved in front of all of you. He just
Thanks, flamethrower man.
He just let me kill him, like no big deal. It's so amazing.
Thanks, flamethrower man. That's nice of you.
The alternative is getting caught on fire and desperately trying to jump in that pool of water to my left. So we don't like getting caught on fire at all. Wastes a lot of meds. Okay, we do have the dangers of one more flamethrower guy, but we're gonna kind of skip him and just click the switch to escape the level.
Now, how effective is wielding a flamethrower when you're in an area filled with water?
I mean, the effectiveness maybe isn't as high as it could be, but they definitely find ways to set you on fire. That is for damn sure.
Yeah, I feel like, you can just jump in the water, get some nice shielding with the liquid, and then you'll be fine, honestly. At least for a few seconds.
Sorry. Hold on. I'm trying to do like a underwater flare clip kind of thing. There we go. Woohoo.
Nice.
All right. There's a lot of like tense moments in this run for me, but we are home free for the end of the level, so we can relax a little bit. And Shasta, if you got anything else, feel free.
I can say more announcements. I can do that. I can say, like, for instance, if y'all are enjoying, Hotfix and want to see us keep doing this for a lot more, your subs, private gaming subs, gift subs, and bits, if you're in this channel, they help support us, and especially Hotfix. So, yeah, if you're enjoying watching speedruns, consider subscribing to the channel, extra emotes, and chat post subscribers, you're on replays.
Absolutely. Love Hotfix.
Hotfix is pretty cool. Big fan.
All right, last secret, and then we are going swimming. Who brought their swimsuit?
I did.
Good. Now this level is like notoriously terrifying when you're playing it casually because you're thrown into this huge body of water. Your oxygen is going down. There's sharks in the water, as you can see. It's pretty damn terrifying. So,
but you're actually a very successful Abzu runner, so you're fine.
I forgot about that. Wow, you're good, Richard. Yeah, Abzu is a swimming game, and the shark is much more friendly in that game. Sharks here, not so much.
Yeah, but the experience that you got in running that game has given you success in this section of this game, clearly.
I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be
it just
honest.
directly transfers over.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. There was a time where I was grinding TR2 Classic so much that I was feeling stressed out, and I needed another game to run that was not as stressful, and that game was Abzu. So Abzu
Yeah,
was
of course.
like the comfy relief from the pain of Tomb Raider 2 classic speedrunning. So funny. All right.
I haven't heard of Abzu before, but that rules.
Yeah, have you ever
Absolutely.
have you ever heard of Journey or like what other games can I think of?
I've heard of Journey, so there's at least that.
Yeah, it's like similar devs.
Okay.
All right, so this guy decided to troll me, which is fine because since he did, we can take his med pack for fun, because why not? Now it's ours. But typically I would try to go around the room and avoid having to do what you are about to see, which is this trick. And they do this in any percent. They have like a fancy way of setting that up. So, hey, at least I got to show you the clip. And we're going swimming once again.
Hooray.
You got to be careful in all of these little sections. There are a couple of sections where you'll have to get a secret underwater, and in all of them, there's something that can bite you. So a shark or a barracuda, something like that. See? Look at that. Trying to eat my leg. It's stressful. All right, I think I'll save here just to be thorough. Yeah, this one's scary because you do have to be on fire for just a little bit, so you got to watch the health bar like a hawk.
Yeah, you really are on fire right now. You're killing it this run.
Yeah.
True.
Thank you.
I was just say, thankfully, there's water right there too, just in case.
Yeah, no.
See, that
exactly right.
that really brings out my my questioning of the flamethrower people's logic in using flamethrowers when you can just jump in the water.
You know what is also weird though, Richard? I haven't encountered this in Remaster, but in Classic, in a level later down the line, there is like a stove burner underwater. It's usually not underwater, so it like has a little flame going, and in Classic, sometimes that flame will set you on fire underwater, and it's just very unfortunate when that happens.
That's scary.
So fun, right?
That'll be a very strong, like oil-based fire then, or something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna reload this because
Possible.
I fell in the wrong spot, which happens sometimes. Okay, see, this is better if I fall here because I can fix it. If you fall down the other side of the like ramp, you can't really fix it easily, so that's just kind of a little safety save. And now we're back on track. Sometimes the camera in this game really throws me off because Lara's much snappier. Like the controls are a little bit snappier, even in tank, that I've noticed. So I'll overshoot it sometimes on the turn. All right, so coming up is another dive bug. We're gonna be trying to get Lara to, land in a very specific spot. So I think this is set up right. We'll see. Okay, sweet. And
Nice.
yeah, now we just have to escape the level. This is a kind of RNG section. We'll see if this enemy shoots us. Oh yeah, big time. Okay. Whew. Getting deeper and deeper into this rusty ship. That's what many of
You do
these
get healed between levels, right?
Yeah, so in between levels, your health resets, thankfully. So as long as you make
That's good.
as long as you make it out of the level with like a little bit of health, you're fine for the next go. Or next level, I should say. Whoa, there's another guy here somewhere. Sir? There he is. Okay, cool.
Uh-huh.
The secrets are really hidden, I think, in this level specifically. Like, you wouldn't maybe not even notice this in a casual playthrough because it's just a tiny little spot in the ceiling that leads here. So,
I mean, it is a shipwreck, right?
Huh.
So it's kind of, you know, it could have been there for years and years and years.
yeah, it's true. And then we are coming up to... Well, there's a lot of box pushing specifically in this level, and this is one of those small sections of box pushing. Just have to rearrange a few so that we can do like a little corner clip into the boxes, and I'll show you all what I mean by that here in a second.
So I'm looking at the lore of this ship, the Maria Doria.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the ship of Bartoli's father.
That is
sunk it.
correct. You can kind of think of the Maria Doria as like the Titanic, you know, like it was a big deal, big ship. There is a ship that it was specifically based on. I can't tell you the name.
Yeah, the Andrea Doria.
Thank you. Yeah.
Or the Andrea Doria, probably.
Oh, yeah, probably. But it's confusing because like so there's a monk that is no longer with us. His name is Brother Chen. He died like in the last level, I think, or two. And Brother Chen's father like bombed the ship. This monk's father bombed the ship because he thought that you know, Gianni Bartoli was just so evil that he, you know, they had to destroy the ship he was on because that was the only chance they were going to get. So, you know, that's a weird storyline, but there you go. And then this isn't exactly necessary for secrets, but this is kind of my way of doing it. I just pick up this little circuit key to make something later on easier. Okay. This jump is a little bit specific. So, yeah, just have to save here before we attempt this. It likes to push you. Like, if you can see this pillar, it's kind of got like a weird geometry to it. There we go.
Nice.
So if you fall there, you just have to go all the way around. So that's usually why we save there. Okay. This room is the longest box pushing room in the game. So Shasta, if you got anything, now's the time.
I can say more words. I'm down for this. Yeah, if y'all want to see the schedule for runs this week for Hotfix, check out gogamesdorequick.com/Hotfix. Yeah, check out the schedule, more in-depth look at this week's runs. Simple as that.
Easy peasy.
I'm actually do it right now myself in 1 second because I should know what's after this. Oh no, I did. Never mind. It's Crash on the show after this. Fairly over. It's Crash Bandicoot 4, if I recall correctly.
That is a tough game.
It is very much.
I honestly,
And it's 100%.
Ooh.
I raged really hard at Crash 4. I don't know how y'all do it. It's because
I had trouble with Crash 1 myself. I feel this.
Yeah, like I tried to do it all in like the course of maybe 2 days or 3 days, and it was not a good idea. Don't recommend that.
It's definitely a hard platformer for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Even as someone who like plays a lot of platformers, like it definitely gives me trouble too.
All right, so we're headed to a kind of a tricky secret, actually. This is the Jade secret of the level, and if I do this wrong, Lara will die. So let's see what happens. cool. We didn't die. So the danger there is the rolling barrels. And I could wait for them, but we don't like to wait for stuff. It's just too slow.
True.
Definitely prefer going fast.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Or uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Remix. Okay. So this is another flare clip. And I kind of set this up weird, but I hope it works. Nice. The flare embeds, sometimes they mysteriously don't work. And I'm hoping that doesn't happen right now. Because this one is a bit of a troll.
The fact that you just said it means it's definitely not going to happen.
Exactly. It's a reverse curse.
Reverse curse, please work. Or don't. Yes, it didn't work,
Hey.
but it did.
Yeah.
Yay.
I don't know if to cheer or not.
Just cheer. It's great. It's really great news.
Woo, yeah, woo, yeah, woo.
All right, we're gonna avoid these thugs if possible. Oh, they're shooting me. Okay. So there is a little trick here that you can do to skip the enemies in the next room. But I'm going to pull the lever instead, and we're going to just kill the guys because one of them drops a large med pack, and med packs are always useful, so. Oh, we got donked. That's weird. Forget that.
There's going to be a whole weekend of getting donked here on the Games Done Quick channel. I want to remind everyone again, Donkey Kong all weekend this weekend.
Hell yeah.
I'm sorry, you just set me up for that.
It was a good setup.
That's fine, yeah. All right, remember how I said we were going to use the circuit key? That's where we'll use it so that this burner turns off. And then I'm going to be trying to use this flare to clip up here again. Oh, ooh, that was dangerous. Don't recommend doing that. Okay, this should work in theory, hopefully. All right, cool.
Nice.
All right, I'm gonna switch this to classic because this section can be weird. I have to do these jumps, so
I do like it how it's a lot brighter in class.
it really is like
I'm a fan of that too.
it's wild. Okay, yes. The danger there is just sometimes she misses the jump. And I actually think it has to do with the remaster sometimes because her like turning pivots are just a little bit different and stuff like that. Okay. Let's breathe. How's everybody feeling?
Feeling good right now.
Good.
Yeah, I'm breathing. I'm not drinking water, but I'm going to now that I just remembered. Chat, stay hydrated.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what? I too will drink water now you said this. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm not very good at drinking water.
I have my water with like a little straw on the side so that I can take very small opportunities to
Yeah, the
sip
sippy
water.
cup.
Like turning that little wheel here to open the door. It's like quick sip. Pushing a
Smallest
box.
sip ever.
Yeah, pushing a box, quick sip.
Meanwhile, Lara's been underwater for like 20 minutes. She's just outpacing all of us on the water
I
intake.
know.
She is so hydrated.
And her skin is still flawless. Like, whatever. That's so cool. All right, I'm going to pick up this med pack that this guy dropped. He should have dropped one. Yep, there it is. And then let's go for the cinematic cam. Check this out. Oh, that's where we're headed.
Ooh.
We're going to go.
Shark time. Haven't tried a shark to mistake you for a seal, just like in nature.
Just-
That's why shark attacks happen.
Oh no. These sharks kind of spawn in weird. So there's one, and that's the second one. Okay, good. So they're gonna follow me all the way over to this gold secret, I believe this is, and then we're gonna be trying to avoid death after we pick it up. So we'll see what happens. Ooh. Okay.
Whoa.
Okay. Hi.
Whoa.
Hello. Yeah. See what I'm saying?
Hi, friends.
Avoiding
Yeah.
death.
I don't know how that happened, but we avoided death somehow.
They're like clipping themselves up into that little corridor. It was very interesting.
Yeah, they can definitely chomp you straight out of that secret, but we got really lucky, so let's go. And that's really the end of the level. We just have like one more thing to do, and that's like clip through a trap door, which you'll see here in, I don't know, give it like 20 seconds or so. We got to take that key that we found underwater and open this door with it. Yeah, feel free to name the sharks whatever you like, chat. Okay.
I'd say probably Bruce because Finding Nemo.
Yeah. I haven't seen that movie in so
It's always a
long.
good one.
Fish are
It's a good
friends,
movie.
not food.
I saw Finding Dory like a year ago. That movie was pretty great too.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I like the part with the otters.
All right, we're getting the M16. That's going to help us a lot in the later levels. So picking that up real quick, and then all we got to do is swim out of the level and not get bit by fish or eels. Okay, yeah, it looks like we're home free. So this is the end of the level, and then we're off to, I think the next level's called the living quarters. So this is kind of where the crew hangs out and tries to stop Lara. They're always trying to stop her, but I'm gonna go for this kind of clip. Okay, nice. That's actually kind of hard sometimes to get, but it's another trapdoor clip, just different. Okay. So this trick is another kind of like, I guess, corner bug, you could say. I hope I can get this. Okay. Or it takes some time to like set up sometimes. All right. Awesome. So now we got the stone secret. And I'm going to be trying to do a little bit of fancy footwork here to get to the switch. This is the room that I was, whoops, this one coming up is the room I was telling y'all about, where there's like a set of burners that one of them can sometimes be on fire. It's right here. But luckily I haven't encountered that problem in Remastered just yet. Now I'm curious, have any of you played Super Mario 64? Pretty popular game.
Played before, yeah.
Yeah? Okay, cool. So, I want to know who wore it better? Which eel is the real deal, y'all? I want to know. Weigh in.
I think this one,
Definitely
honestly.
this
Let them
one.
go.
Yeah.
The eel is scary regardless, but yeah, that one's really scary.
Though I used to run 64 DS, and the Eel Star is one of the fastest ones in Jolly Roger Bay, so...
Let's go.
I don't know.
But that means you just don't spend a lot of time there. So, is it really that
That's
good?
true. Yeah, you're right. It's not that good, actually.
You don't see
Yeah,
the eel for
chat.
very
Better.
long, but
Chad, who's a PlayStation kid and who's a Nintendo kid here? Obviously, Tomb Raider having come out on the PlayStation originally.
Yeah,
One of the top sellers.
I'm definitely a PlayStation kid, but that being said, I played a lot of N64 because all my friends were like Nintendo kids, so I kind of got the best of both worlds.
I definitely say so for sure. I was definitely a Nintendo kid growing up. I'm trying to play more PlayStation these days a little bit. Trying to expand my horizons a little more. But also,
As you go through your 250th DS game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm also playing every DS game, so you know. There's
Yeah,
that too.
what number are you on now, Shasta?
I'm on 245 as of tomorrow.
Out of how many?
With Chibuo Park Patrol. About
1697.
Shasta.
Around there.
Shasta.
Hi.
When are you
Yeah.
gonna finish that? Any plans? Any tentative dates?
Eventually.
Well, okay, so here's the math, right? So 2 years, about 200 games. 1,600 games, about 16 years. Boom. Problem solved.
It's gonna be less than that. I had like a period last year where I couldn't even stream DS games for like 3 or 4 months. So like, yeah. I think that happened the first year too. I did as well. I will give you all a related fun fact as well, is that there are 2 Tomb Raider games on the DS, funnily enough.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know which ones they are.
Let me pull my spreadsheet. I think one of them is Tomb Raider Legend, like a port of it, and then I think it's Tomb Raider Undercover, something like that. Let me get the exact name.
Now, hold
in a
on. You're
second.
telling me there's a Tomb Raider Underground and a Tony Hawk Underground?
Oh, snap.
Maybe it's not
Oh
called
my
that though.
god. That would be great. What if Lara's just skating?
Underworld, that's what it is. There we go.
Oh, Underworld. Okay,
Tomb
yeah.
Raider Underworld.
That's part of the Legend Anniversary Underworld trilogy.
Oh, cool. Oh yeah, I remember now too because I looked up at one point, and they have like the first game, then the third game, and then not the second game on DS.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What? They're just like, nah.
No. I have no idea in this case. It was very funny
There's
though.
also like a Tomb Raider on the like Nokia N-Gage or something we were talking about the other day. Yeah, y'all
Oh,
know about
gosh.
all that or what?
Don't speak to me about Nokia N-Gage. There's a few games on DS that are ports of N-Gage games, and they've both been not very good. But one's been funny at least, so that's at least good.
Oh my god.
Funny enough, the big reason why actually having Assassin's Creed on after this is because of I played Assassin's Creed Altair Chronicles recently. That's a mobile port of an Assassin's Creed game on DS. It's very janky
port
and funny.
on DS. Let's just let that sentence
Yeah.
sink in for a bit.
I don't want
Tom
to.
Clancy's Splinter Cell Chaos Theory for Nintendo DS is a Nokia N-Gage port of that game, and it's terrible. I hate it so much. Not a big fan of the N-Gage because of that experience. That's all I know. I ain't side talking today.
Well, I meant to kill that guy. All right, we're gonna do some adaptive strats and just kill these 2 gentlemen real quick.
Before they slap us.
Yeah, so this guy lives down here. Like, this door to the pool opens when you get close to it. So he just stays there. It's like, dude, how much do they pay this guy to just live in the pool? I don't know how long the
I
oxygen.
mean, maybe you're just a recluse, you know?
Well, that's maybe true. Okay,
He just has great lungs.
so there's a trick.
It's like those Michael Phelps lungs or something. That's what he has.
There's a trick here. I'm gonna try it like once for y'all and see if I can get it. But if I can't, then whatever. Okay, let me save my game here. Try it one more time. Okay, so the idea is to do that. Wow. Okay, we did it! Yay! It's called the deck.
Yay.
It's called the deck clamp, and it's kind of tricky in remaster because In Classic, there's like sounds that you can listen for. Lara will make like certain stumble sounds and stuff, and you don't really hear that in Remaster, so you kind of have to guess a little bit on the timing. So getting that like pretty quickly was a dream come true. Thank you, RNG gods. I don't know who else to thank, even though that wasn't RNG. That was just me.
Thank you, developers.
Thank you, devs, for putting that in there for
Thank you,
us.
devs.
Yes. But otherwise, this level's pretty short. Yeah. What's up, Richard?
Speaking of thanking the devs, you know, you're going to be doing the next 3 games. What are you actually most excited about the next 3 games of 4, 5, 6 for Tomb Raider?
Hands down.
Remasters.
Hands down, Richard. I'm excited for Tomb Raider: The Angel of Darkness. It is a game that has notoriously terrible controls, and so even though the story is my favorite out of probably every Tomb Raider game, a lot of people don't know about it and they don't play it because the controls are just so bad. So I'm really hoping that the Aspire devs were able to take a good look at some of those problems and make it better for everyone. So we'll see what happens, but I'm hopeful. So that's definitely what I'm most excited for. I'm going to save because I don't see our friends here. Hello. Where's this guy? I don't know why they're so far away today. Like they're all over the place. Okay. Yes, chat knows. Lara also has an interesting mechanic in Angel of Darkness where she can't like, her physical limitations are there, so she can't like do certain things. Like maybe she can't move a box or climb something. So, you know, in order to progress, sometimes you have to push a box. And then Lara will say something like, "My legs feel stronger now." And you're like, "Girl, what? You just pushed a box. Like you couldn't just leave the level before?" Okay. So everyone kind of memes about that mechanic, but it is funny.
It's really funny, honestly.
All right, loudness warning for everyone watching. Not too bad, but it's a little loud. And we got another trigger skip. This is going to skip some birds that are going to chase us. So this level is probably my least favorite, if I'm being honest, and it is because of the vehicle that we're going to be on, and that is basically a snowmobile, the Skidoo. There it is. So I'm going to pick up this stone secret, and then we're going to do a little bit of driving.
I always like vehicle sessions like this in games.
This thing controls so
Always fun.
badly. But
I was about to say,
Oh,
you
no.
love it if you can control it.
yeah. All right, here we go.
Whee!
And this particular Skidoo has like an acceleration to it. So if I let go of action, I'll be going a little bit slower, and that will matter while we're driving. So let me just see what I can set up here.
I'm so stuck on the guy that like he ran over a second ago and he just fell forward.
Oh,
normally.
yeah, they're just like, yeah.
Just ignoring all the physics there.
Yeah. Oh, it gets funnier. You just wait, Shasta.
I can't wait.
I like how the millennia of erosion really made it so that they were snowmobile-sized like gaps in those areas that you could go through.
Oh, it's a nightmare. They leave just enough space for you to fall. And that's why it's tricky driving this thing. Yeah, they just fall right to their knees. All right, so right here is actually where you want to decelerate through this thing. Because if you go too fast down this tiny little corridor, you are going to die. And the Skidoo will explode.
Just like that.
Not in that order.
Oh no.
I mean, maybe in that order. You never know.
Well, actually, that is possible. You never know with this game, right? It's unpredictable. Okay. Record scratch. The music's over. Okay, watch
Oh,
closely, Shasta. Bam.
I'm watching. Whoa!
The poor leopard.
It just flopped. Aw.
I
Just taking a
know.
nap.
I know. It's so sad. Okay, pretend we didn't see that. Nobody saw that. The leopards are living their best life here in the Tibetan foothills.
Yeah, and they just like fell over because we're giving them belly rubs now. That's what
Yeah.
the scooter was doing. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, normally you would take the skidoo like across a big bridge and like be on it now, but we're not gonna do that. And then there's like a little bit of an avalanche situation that happens. Nope, no animals harmed here. 0 animals harmed today.
Not at all.
Okay, this section can be a little scary because you have to pick up this key and leave the level without getting run over. So it's very important to be on the skidoo first. So this guy is not doing exactly what he's doing. What the hell? Guy. Okay, that's probably the worst he's ever been to me, so I'm glad everyone got to
I think
witness
that
that.
snowmobile had way more horsepower than yours. Jeez.
Yeah. They aren't friendly. He won't chase me this far though, so we're pretty much home free. Well, we're not, but you know, we're away from that guy now.
Leopard's just sleeping there.
Yeah, just taking a nap, much like these guys
Yeah,
here.
just like those guys.
Yeah. And
That's just what they do.
I could pick up a little med pack here, but I actually think we're doing like pretty decent on med, so I'm not going to bother picking that up. All right. So this jump, I think I'll save here. It's funny because this jump used to scare me a lot in Classic. It's very easy to miss in Classic, but for some reason Remaster is really not as intimidating as it seems. So just a little safety save. And then this is the end of our adventures on the Skidoo. Everybody clap for the Skidoo. We'll never see it again this run.
Yay.
Yay! It is yay. Yeah, I've never seen that guy on the Skidoo act up as much as he did in front of y'all right now. So it's like you tell somebody that they're our guests and we have company and they just don't care. But don't worry, friends, because it gets scarier. Now, we have the great pleasure of meeting 3 mercenaries with very powerful guns. So we're going to be trying to avoid,
Oh gosh.
avoid
They
those.
just showed up out of nowhere.
Yes. And I'm going to go ahead and use a small medi because it'll come in handy towards the end of this level. Now, right here, we got to do a little bit of fancy maneuvering here. I got to shoot this guy and kind of do a little bit of a walk. And I got to avoid him because it's very easy for this guy to clip Lara's foot and, like, she dies. So, oh, wow. Y'all got the valet parking. Let's go.
Right in front of you.
Clean.
Yes. Okay, I like that. And then we gotta head down to. There's like a little kind of hidden ladder here that we're gonna go down. So this is where the gold secret will be. And honestly, I'm gonna give a little shout out to my friend Stealth. He and I worked on Classic Secrets together for a little while, and this was one of the areas that we were both just like, why is this clip so annoying? So I spent a little bit of time here trying to figure this out, and now it's not so bad. So shout out to Self.
Heck
Yeah, also friend of the show. Well, friend of your previous show. You used to have a hotfix show. Time
Yeah,
Capsule.
actually, that's a great thing to bring up, Richard. So I don't host this show anymore, but I previously hosted a show for the Games Done Quick Hotfix called Time Capsule, and we did have Stealth on an episode running Tomb Raider 2 Classic Secrets, which was an incredible run. So if you haven't seen that, feel free to check out the archives on our YouTube. For Hotfix.
Yep, just search for Time Capsule, and the playlist should be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, over on youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick, which like you can find any of our Hotfix shows that you missed there, or events like Bat to Black as well.
Yeah.
That's youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. Had to put in the plug. That was important.
Oh wait, I guess we were on another skidoo. I lied. That was the enemy's skidoo, so like it wasn't really ours to begin with.
Yeah, and you also kind of just dumped it into the water, so
Yeah.
Deserved.
it didn't. It's like the Yoshis, right?
Yeah. All right, welcome to the Barkang Monastery, friends. We are going to be hanging out with the monks for a bit, and they are on our side for now. If you damage them in any way, they won't be so nice. But luckily, they're taking care of those evil mercenaries for us. Okay, so we're going to be doing like a little bit of a ladder clip here, and this is a pretty long ladder to climb otherwise. So, actually, I'm going to save here before we do this, and then we'll see what we can come up with. Nice. Okay.
What a thrill.
Yeah. There is a little trick here, like in that small section that I just ran through, where you can do another quap. But it is very difficult to set up, admittedly. So we're going to be doing the any percent strats, which is to do a dive bug here. So I did actually spend time trying to understand this dive bug. And so with the help of Mr. Japiapian, we now have a buffer set up for it. Before I was just kind of like YOLOing it. Perfect. Okay, great. So now we're off to a pretty scary trap. I'll be honest. It's going to be loud, so mind the ears. Turn down the headphones. It's going to be so loud. And I'm going to be trying to get through this little trap. Oh, okay. Let's reload that. I overshot it just a little bit. Okay, so we're through the scary part of the trap. But it gets a little scarier because there are now these little, I call them the clang clang doors because they just, I don't know, they make this like clang clang sound. And they will...
The clang clang doors in Barkang?
Yeah, the bar clang clang doors, if you will. And then I'm just going to be waiting for this little wheel. Yeah. The wheel of time or whatever you want to call it. And now we're out. We're coming up on the stone secret, I believe. Right here. You gotta make sure you do the sound for her while she's underwater, because she won't make it.
I haven't seen chat make those noises in a little bit either. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, check. Get your best uh-huhs. And again, there are 3 of them each level, so be sure when we pick those up, make those uh-huhs.
Yes.
Well,
I think we're having a little too much fun just like saying it to each other. Love it.
Yeah.
I love that for us.
Me too.
I think we've collectively said it definitely way more than 40 times, 48 times.
That's fine. All right, I'm gonna be...
I do have a question about the secrets, actually,
yeah,
if you don't mind. For getting all the secrets in the game, do you get anything at all?
You get the privilege of saying that you've collected all the secrets. There's really nothing like
Let's go.
there's no like fanfare per se, but you do get like extra goodies when you pick up secrets. So sometimes secrets will have like extra grenade stuff to pick up and things like that. But really, it's just for like statistics purposes. It will tell you you've gotten like, you know, assuming we do this correctly, we'll have gotten 48 out of 48 secrets.
Sometimes you just want that sense of pride and accomplishment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It gives it to
about
you.
the bragging rights, I guess.
You know, I will say though, the one thing about Tomb Raider 2 that I think is a little bit nicer than TR1 or 3 is that the secrets are like a little object. Like it is that stone or jade or whatever gold secret. In TR1 and 3, it's more just like secret hidden items. So I kind of like having that little totem myself. Oh yeah, and if I forgot,
Easy to keep track of for sure.
oh yeah, if I forgot to mention, what I'm doing now is called the like barking skip. So this is an item duplication glitch. It was found out, you know, quite a few years ago now that if you have the seraph in your inventory and you kind of go into your inventory a different way, you can use the seraph as if it were a prayer wheel. And then you don't have to collect all 5 prayer wheels in the level. So that is a huge skip. Like, y'all don't even know how wild the community went when that skip was found. So good stuff.
What I love is the fact that you said this was found a few years ago and it's still applicable in the remaster.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Big
Well-
props to them.
You know, and we do got to give them big props because so many of the tricks are they're the same. It's like, I don't want to say that they kept the speedrunners in mind, but it really feels like it, and I'm here for it, you know?
Love to see that.
Yeah, because this game is actually more fun to run than classic TR. Believe it or not.
I do like
Love
fun.
to see devs keep speedrunners in mind like that.
Say again, Shasta?
Saying love to see like devs keeping speedrunners in mind like that.
Oh, yeah,
And just supporting community in general.
for sure. I'm actually pretty sure that we were complaining about something that wasn't working, like some trick that wasn't working, and I don't want to say the devs patched it back in, but I feel like they did.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Like they don't have to do stuff like that, but like speedrunners are the people who spend like probably the most time of anyone playing the games like
Oh,
this.
yeah.
So like it is nice to have like a fun gesture like that, like for the
The best free
community.
QA they're ever gonna get.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Shout outs to all the QA testers working hard finding these bugs.
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is kind of like a falling with style, if you will. I don't know how stylish we will be, but we're gonna try. Okay, I'll take that.
There's a little style
A
there.
little bit of style there.
Give it a solid like give it a little solid like 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I was gonna
think.
give it about the same. That was like a 7 out of 10. Always something to avoid, some obstacle to avoid in this game, for real, for real.
Someone deconstructed Frosty the Snowman and just right down this hill.
Yeah, Lara's having a moment. Sorry. Okay, there we go. So this section is pretty spooky because I gotta do this lineup and then avoid some boulders. So it's gonna be happening pretty quick. Nice. Okay, good.
I haven't pointed out yet, but those boulders are like surprisingly like perfectly round.
Oh yeah, they're like perfect little snowballs.
Someone had to have made that ahead of time. There's no way.
Well, it's all set up for the trap, right? They don't want anyone to get the dagger. Back in the day, some monks locked it away in the temple, and so like the idea is for the dagger to never be found again. I have to assume. So they probably set up a ton of traps, just trying to keep people from getting that power of becoming a dragon. We're gonna do a little, just like a quick little skip here. I think this is set up right. Yep. Okay, cool. cool. That way we don't have to finish climbing the ladder and pick up the jade. So just one more secret for this level. And this run has actually been going by pretty quickly, like just, I don't know, mentally. So thanks for being here, everybody.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for doing
You're
the
very well
run.
so far.
Yeah, I really would love to improve my time on this. Right now, my personal best is like a 147 something. Well, that was really scary. So I think I can make it out of the level without any problems. But yeah, so I definitely want to get a PB on this at some point. I don't know if today will be the day exactly. A couple of problems, but I am grinding this out. So hopefully soon, PB soon. Okay, we're gonna do another flare clip over here. See if I can set this up. Gotta reset it up. Lara didn't wanna do it. Okay, this should work. Okay, cool. The old strat was like to kind of corner bug clip from the other side and then make a big leap of faith over to that corner, but we decided not to do that because it's a little bit easier using the flare in this case. Okay, this is the end of the level, so we are headed to the Ice Palace.
I'm kind of curious because you can clip into corners and like walls partially in this game. Is there ever a part where you just go completely out of bounds and like is that even possible in this?
Yeah, so actually, Shasta, in like a few levels, we're going to be going through the void, and it's kind of like you have to put in some very specific inputs to kind of get Lara through this void successfully. So she's kind of going to leave like the bounds of the level and then escape the level when we get back to it. So it'll be interesting when we get there, and I'll point it out when we do.
Okay.
Okay, my muscle memory is not behaving, so we're just gonna roll with this. But this is the gold secret in Ice Palace.
I'm gonna assume there's like some path you find at some point that illuminates or tells you how to get through that floor there, I guess.
Yeah, it's an invisible floor, so I know it looked like I was walking on nothing, but that's how you get the secret in this level. So yeah, it is confusing at first glance, but all right, let's see if we can get these Yetis taken care of.
Definitely relate to that because there's one room in Fan Hourglass, the game I run, that has that same sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
And
It's very spooky.
speaking of the Yeti, if you go to the yeti.com/GDQ, you can get the GDQ Hotfix shirt.
That's true.
Nice, yeah.
I wore it last show I had actually. It's very comfy.
I didn't really.
It was just great work. Shouts to the Yeti.
Yeah, shouts to the Yeti. There's a lot of Yetis in this level. Like, we have not seen the last of them, but
And they're all spelled YETEE, everyone.
True.
YETEE.com/GDQ.
Just like that.
all right, picking this up. Yeah, it was fun though. You get to use the bounce pads a little bit in this run, so you got to see a little bit of a weird clip at the beginning of this level. But yeah, we'll see more of those kind of clips later. Well, not the clips themselves, but we'll be jumping on the bounce pads later. Ooh, I thought I was gonna miss the ladder there. I think I'm gonna do a I'm spooked save because I almost fell. Okay, so we're gonna pick up this big gong hammer, and you would typically use this to like hit a huge gong, and then you like break the ice, and then this big boss called the Guardian of the Talion will spawn, and he is protecting this key that opens the Temple of Xi'an. So we're going to be trying to get this key without getting hurt too much. So gotta avoid the Yetis to get there first. Gotta avoid all these boulders as well. Perfectly round snowballs.
Perfectly crafted boulders.
Yes,
I want. All I'm saying is I'd keep one of those like in my house. I wouldn't roll them around. That's your artwork right there, you know?
Yeah. We're actually going to bypass the gong completely, so we're going to do that here. And if you like try hard enough, Lara can just like get through some certain like doors and walls and stuff. So, okay, cool. So this is the key to open the temple. And now we're just going to have to escape with our life, you know, so we can get there.
Yeah, just escape with our life. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Health looks good.
And nothing else.
Oh, and the dagger. Right. We can't forget about the dagger. We need that. So,
and those dragons.
And the dragons, yes. So many things to remember. All right, I'm going to do a pretty fun glitch coming up here that is not seen in any percent anymore, and that is called the weapon combine glitch. So what I did here is I started the glitch by drawing my weapon on the ladder. So you can see Lara has kind of gun arm going on. That's the M16. Now, after I pick up this secret, which is, you know, cute little jade secret, I'm going to be combining this M16 with the grenade launcher, and that is going to increase the rate of firing from my gun. So the boss is no problem for us.
Oh.
I blinked and I missed it.
Yeah, it's quick. It's real quick. But you miss a really cool cutscene where Lara escapes and she makes it to the door, and here she is. And there it is, the dagger. It's right there. But we're gonna have to do a little bit of a little bit of maneuvering throughout the temple before we are able to acquire it. All right, now I'm gonna be real with y'all. This level is scary. A lot of things can go wrong. So I'm gonna be saving when I can, taking my time when I can, and we'll see how this goes. Lots and lots of places to die here. It's a fun temple, you know?
And that's everyone in chat's lesson when you're doing a marathon run. Just make some safety saves if you can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It doesn't take too much time. It wastes maybe like 2.5 seconds every time you save. So like they do add up. And I think if this were like like a PB attempt or something, I probably wouldn't be saving quite as much, but here we are. All right. Because if I fall from this like waterfall, for instance, that's not good.
Yeah, don't go chasing waterfalls.
I mean, unless you want to, by all means.
You can just stick to the rivers and lakes that you're used to.
So actually, the Temple of Xi'an, while it is nice that we get to explore some of the temple in secrets, you really don't see as much of it as you might think. Like this is a huge level, and there's like a monstrous spider and some other stuff. We're not going to see any of that today, so I'm sorry if you're looking forward to that. But we are going to see some cool traps, so... I don't know why I thought I was gonna get hit by one of those. It's a little scary, you know. This whole level is so scary. Okay, we're doing it.
You got this. You got this.
You've never
You got
not
past the
gotten
spike.
this.
Wait.
You already got past
I
the spiked
overshot.
potatoes. So
I overshot it. That never happens.
Oh,
No, it's fine. It's
That's
fine.
never happened before.
It has not happened before.
gasp.
That was just me,
The thing-
like chubby fingering the button, just like accidentally going a little too far. So no big deal. I tried to hit the back button in time, but as you can see, bam, if you're not quick enough. So, all right, this one is really fun. So let's set this up here.
Whoa,
What?
okay.
Yeah, right into the Jade Secret. You usually have to go.
Super jump.
You usually have to go around the whole room to do that, but not us. But yes, as chat is saying, that is why you save often in the temple, because anything can happen. All right, I'm just trying to like set this up. This is a very specific setup for me to get up here, so let's see if I can. Okay, nice. If you miss it, you just kind of slide down and have to try again, so. More obstacles to avoid. Everything's trying to kill her in this level. All right, I'm gonna try
On
to
her
kill
birthday.
these. Yeah. All right, good.
It's okay. They're just sleeping.
Yeah, they were never here to begin with, so just don't worry about it.
True.
You don't have to kill the tigers if you don't want to, but the alternative is them chasing you all the way over here. So I just like to, avoid that potential disaster when I can. All right, this room is interesting. So we're gonna have to do like a series of kind of like rolling. Yeah, all right, good. To get to the stone secret. And now we can take a little bit of a breather, so I'm not sure if you have any more announcements, Shasta, but if you do, feel free while we hang for our dear life.
Everyone out for sure. Well, you can always join the official GDQ Discord and add the hotfix roll and keep tabs on upcoming events, talk to staff, and more. You just make sure to switch part Discord and Twitch to have more info. Y'all should get in there. It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, and I'm going to add that I post the hotfix schedule in there every Monday. So if you're curious what's going on for the week and you are a member of the GDQ Discord, there is a little section for hotfix, and that's what's going on for the week. As I said, posts every Monday, so watch out for that.
I was about to say you've vastly improved the schedule graphic that was used before, and you made it look actually nice.
I tried. I mean, it maybe isn't exactly where it will end up. So art is always like a work in progress, but I'm happy with how it is right now. So you can do like a little ladder clip here if you want, but I decided I don't want to anymore, because if you fall, Lara takes damage from the spikes, and that's not really great. So it's just better to go up the ladder. All right, y'all, I'm serious when I tell you that this is the section of the game that trolls me the most. Like, hands down, no questions. It's the trolliest thing I can think of. So I'm gonna save, and we're gonna fight with the waterfall for a bit.
Going into classic.
Yeah, I go into classic for this one specifically because it just never works for me in remaster. I don't know why, but okay. Eureka, we've done it.
Hooray.
Hooray.
That didn't even look like you messed up at all. So
Because I didn't.
you're just gaming.
Nothing to worry about. Nothing at all.
I think we're probably
You were
good
worried.
Yeah, I think we're probably good on health. I'm gonna pick this up anyway. And then, yeah, we'll do another quick little save. Whew, I'm actually glad that wasn't trolling me too hard. Or at all. Because I gotta get ready for this kind of troll. Oops, that's not the gun I want. Alright, we're gonna kill this bird. And then I'm gonna try a strat here that's a bit new to me. So bear with me while we try this. I gotta set up Lara in a very specific spot. That's here. And then I'm gonna be trying to listen for some sounds to make it up here. This is pretty tricky, so hang tight. Oh, relief. Okay, or through the scary part. Normally you would have to go around to do all of that, but luckily we were able to make it up there, so. But don't breathe too deeply just yet, because there's more temple to go.
Woo.
We're going to be trying to skip a pretty big section here with this clip. So let me set this up. Woohoo! All right, I'm still alive. We're still in it. Let's go.
Hey, your health bar is totally not, flashing red or anything.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Me and Shasta say in unison. It's fine, Richard. Don't worry about it. It's cool.
Nothing to worry about here.
Yeah.
A little red flashing health bar.
Yeah.
It's okay. We've been plenty of times with that.
If you're red-green colorblind, it's actually just flashing green right now. So,
Ooh.
Okay. I'm going to be trying to set this up. It's kind of a similar trick to what I was doing before. But it's kind of tricky to set up. So let me just see if I can. And if I can't, then we'll just take the ladder. But... Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, that is a huge sigh of relief from me. So all we gotta do is climb the ladders and get the heck out of here.
very nice.
Thank you.
And you were worried about this place. Come on.
This ladder's a perfect time for everyone to follow twitch.tv/smoothoperative too.
It's the safety saves. Like they give you like a kind of confidence that I don't normally have. Okay, we're headed to Floating Islands, which probably is my favorite level aesthetically, so get ready for some exciting stuff. Okay, this should be good. Oh yeah, let's watch the cult ritual for just a little bit. So clearly Bartoli got the dagger first, right?
That do look like a dagger.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. All right. just a little bit of context for everyone. All right, so this is floating islands, and yeah, this level's pretty scary, but we're gonna go through it and see what happens. Oh, I don't like this guy here. Hello.
You just jump up there?
Yeah, he is a fast one. And then
That's talented right there.
yeah, I gotta try to. Oh, I gotta reload this. So this jump is really tricky. You have to jump at a kind of very specific spot in order to make it. So, this usually isn't a tough jump per se. It's just hard when all these enemies are like
You get the
chasing
pressure.
you. Yeah, there's like pressure exactly. So so yeah, pressure is real. And this level specifically has gone through a lot of, I think, changes throughout the run in general, like between classic strats and now. It is really fun to go back and like look at all the old strats because they're so wildly different. But we're actually coming up to that section that I was telling you about, Shasta, where we're going to head into the void. So I'm going to just kind of pick up. I think this is the stone secret, which is in here. So let me pick this up, and then I'll show you the trick. All right, so we picked that up, and then I'm going to be trying to get Lara into a certain position. We're going to save, and then hope that this works.
You got this.
Yeah, I got to line Lara up a very specific spot. Okay, count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, that should do it. Nice. Okay.
It really is the void.
Yeah, it is. So that takes you all the way up here, and this level too is very big. So it's nice to be able to skip so much of it because it's terrifying. If you watch a glitchless run, you will know the terror that is this level. So, okay, just so we don't have to do that again, we'll save. Okay, so now we can exit the level. So now we can not exit the level. We can exit the level. Awesome. All right.
Hooray.
Hooray.
Yay.
Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of a med check here. We've got, let's see what we got. 3 small and 5 large. That's excellent because we are going to need most of them. I'm going to be taking out this, I don't know what they're called. I just called them barbecue skewers because, ow, they have these big barbecue skewers. But we're going into a really scary room here, so pray for me, chat.
You got this.
There's like a bazillion enemies in this room, and they're all terrible. All right, so that guy's dead. We give this guy a little bit of a run around so we can get this. Okay, nice. So that's one. And then we got to deliver this to a very specific spot. Jet.
Lara?
It's okay.
Stop skewering.
Stop skewering. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Goodbye, help.
So that's why the med packs come in handy, my friends. And luckily for us, we made it out alive. So happy
Somehow.
about that. And then this is actually where Bartoli is. So he is in the process of becoming, as you might believe, a dragon. And so the nice thing about this final boss is that if you stand kind of strategically on this pillar, you won't take any fire damage. Hold on. This is unexpected. No. I don't know what happened. That's not supposed to happen. Okay, we get to enjoy this again.
Yay.
Apologies for that. That never happens. Why is it always on GDQ?
That's never happened before.
Put it on, Richard. Yeah, that's fine. I must have just been standing like barely in the wrong spot. All right, let's pretend that didn't happen. Let's rock with it again.
What didn't happen? What? Huh?
Oh, nothing. I'm gonna save
Gotcha.
here.
Okay,
That's
cool.
ridiculous. Not supposed to happen. Okay. Y'all, my hands are shaking now. Like, I'm scared. Okay, here we go, I guess. I must have pressed forward right at the end too early. I'm supposed to wait for the dragon to go down like this. Okay, dragon's down. So we gotta be kind of quick with it because if we don't pull this out quickly, the dragon will respawn. So, yeah. Curious case of catching fire. It happens. And now the place is coming down and we've got the dagger. So the only thing left to do is go home. Let's go home, y'all. Woo. All right. So Lara's back at the manor and she's got the dagger. She's ready to pass out, go to bed. It's been a long run.
Become a dragon.
Well, she might think about it, but we got company. It looks like even though Bartoli's dead, the goons prevail. So it's a home invasion right now. Don't be scared. We're gonna take care of it. So I got to go into the gun cupboard and pick up a few essentials, if you will.
Or she does this every single time there's an intruder in her house, just like backsteps and flips over her room.
I mean, it does actually look really funny when you point it out like that, but okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why that dog was here, but we're going to be trying to kill all the enemies that come our way. And I do have to say that I really do love the way that Aspire decided to remaster this level in particular. After I take care of the enemies, I'll show y'all what I mean. This is what it looks like normally. How terrifying is that?
Oh, wow.
It's
yeah.
dark.
I in fact don't like that. I
Yeah,
like this more.
this one you got the beautiful stars and like the moon is shining, and here it's like, okay, gonna be hanging out in complete and total darkness. And I have run into walls and stuff before, like being in the dark in Classic, so.
I've done that in real life, so.
Same.
I'm gonna pick this up, I think.
Are you jealous?
Just feeling it. Okay. The enemies sometimes behave. Well, they behave however they want to behave, to be honest, but. And then I usually just kind of stand here and like wait for them to appear, because if you kill everybody, the boss will spawn, and he usually like goes straight through the door. So we'll see if he spawns. Okay, there he is. Please do come in. You're already invading the home. You might as well walk through the front door. All right, that's fine. You stay right there. Okay, thank you. That is the end of Tomb Raider 2, and the timer will stop as soon as you hear the gunshot.
Don't you think you've seen enough?
GG.
There you go. All right, it's the moment of truth, friends. Did we pick up all the secrets? The answer is yes.
Let's go.
Can we get some
not-
hype for all secrets?
It's not do some of the things. Yeah.
It's not some of the things. It's all of the things. Thank you so much.
Let's
Thank you
go.
all so much for the GGs. How you feeling, Shasta? Richard?
Feeling pretty
That
good.
was a
This
great
was fun.
run, yeah. Mid 151, that's really good.
Nice. Yeah, that's actually pretty good considering my practices didn't even get that low. I don't think so. So yeah. Well, friends, that is Tomb Raider 2. I hope you enjoyed the run. I will be working on this run more on my own Twitch channel, so feel free to stop by if you want to. That is twitch.tv/smoothoperative. And of course, shout outs to Richard. Thank you so much for being on comms with me. Shout outs to Shasta for being on comms and hosting the show. I had a ton of fun. But yeah, we're going to be probably playing Tomb Raider 456 Remaster on my channel very soon. So I hope to see some of you there. What's next, Shasta?
After this, we have Assassin's Creed Syndicate with Pico. To be a very fun time as well. Another exploration type game.
Yes. So please stick around for that. And Richard, do you have anything that you want to add?
No, just thank you for having me on commentary. It was really fun. It was really cool to see. And I'm excited to see more Tomb Raider on your channel, more Final Fantasy on your channel as well. You know,
Going through
just do everything.
going through Final Fantasy X casually right now, but all right,
Oh, nice,
friends.
nice.
I'm not going to take up too much more of your time, but thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll see you later. Thank you. Bye.
Yep, and after this break will be Assassin's Creed. Stick around, everybody. We'll see you all in a little bit. We'll set that up. Welcome back, everybody, to Do All the Things, Hotfix show all about harmless speedruns and completionist categories in general. Right now, we have Assassin's Creed Syndicate with Pico right here. You want to take it away? Sorry for having difficulties here, but we got it fixed, so hooray. So now we have Assassin's Creed Syndicate with Pico. Take it away.
Yeah, hi, it's me with Assassin's Creed. I'm Pico. I'm showing off some Syndicate. This is a category that I made up myself because a lot of the Assassin's Creed speedruns are very long and no one really runs these games for a whole bunch of reasons. And as far as I know, this is the first time any Assassin's Creed thing has ever been shown off on any GDQ related thing. People don't really run these games. So I've kind of, I guess, take it on myself to kind of run this. We do have someone else who runs these games, but they mostly just run on PC and don't really talk to people a whole lot. So I'm kind of trying to, I guess, kind of not completely remake the whole community, but show off these games a lot more because I've been playing this series since I was 12 or 13 years old, so I know a lot about this series. And I've wanted to speedrun it for a while. So what we're doing is Evie solo missions. So this game has two characters, Jacob and Evie. Jacob has a lot more missions, but we're starting with Evie's missions here. So for 100%, we're doing these full sync objectives here, where you can see on the challenges on the right side there. We're going to be completing all of those. I've already completed all of them on this file, so it's not going to really be doing anything for completing. But we're doing all of these full sync objectives. And time will start when I hit replay memory here in 3, 2, 1, go. And also for tech, we're probably going to need some flashing lights warning for this game because you can see how bright these loading screens here are in this game. It's very bright and white and yeah.
It's kind of it is for Assassin's Creed, honestly. Usually a loading screen is so bright like that, or gray of some sort, I guess.
Honestly, Syndicate has one of the brightest loading screens in the whole series.
It's in the clouds in this case.
Yeah. If you play Unity, which was the game before this, they actually just don't even have a loading screen like that where you can run around. It's just a blank black screen with 2 spinning rectangles. And then if you play the RPG games, which are Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, they just have like they do have a loading screen like that, but they're a lot more like darker and themed more around the setting of those games. So they're a little bit different, but not exactly the same as that. And I can't skip this cutscene, so we're just gonna have to watch this. But this is Evie. This is
where the piece of Eden.
this game was marketed with Jacob being the combat-focused character and Evie as the stealth-focused character, and I prefer Evie because I prefer to do stealth. And Evie has a lot less missions, so it would be a lot of. This is a shorter run than if we did all of Jacob's stuff. We're gonna whistle this first guy here because this is the first tutorial mission, and we're forced to whistle here to gain control. Ever assassinate that guy. You might have seen Evie go a little bit invisible there. That is because I have a skill unlocked on Evie where if she stands still, she goes invisible, which I never really use, but it is a thing that I have just because I've 100%ed this game on this file already. So we can just ignore all these people here and just run across this train because we don't really need to worry about these people. We might be seeing a little bit of combat later, but not too much of it just because combat is slow and I don't want to deal with it.
So because you have the visibility thing right there, is this more like a New Game Plus run then?
I guess you could say that. Or Syndicate, Assassin's Creed doesn't really have New Game Plus until Origins and Odyssey because of those were when the series started becoming more RPG-like.
Smells like Jacob's cooking.
Syndicate was the last game where they were doing yearly releases. They did yearly releases from 2009 with AC2 up until Syndicate in 2015, and then they took a break in 2016 to make Origins, where they did the whole franchise overhaul where they made everything like completely open world and made it a whole RPG and put a whole bunch of numbers everywhere and did all that stuff. You can see under my map I do have a level. Syndicate was kind of like the introduction to RPG kind of stuff in Assassin's Creed. There was a little bit in earlier games, but Syndicate really like started that transition to RPG.
First for a bird's eye view.
But this game only goes up to level 10 unless you play the Jack the Ripper DLC where you can go up to 11. I'm just gonna wait for these people here. And we're gonna do not our first time viewpoints, but more just like climb up here. We're not really doing any viewpoints because we're just replaying missions and we're not really going any open world. But we do have to go up here to kind of get some information. Because we have come here to assassinate Evie's first target, which is David Brewster. He is a scientist working for the Templars, trying to figure out a piece of Eden, which is a lot of lore stuff that people might or might not understand depending on how much experience you have with these games. I'm gonna run past these here. And this first full sync objective here, we have to kill 5 enemies with hanging arrows. So I'm gonna go over here. I don't care if that guy sees me, but I'm gonna wait for these 2 to walk under here. And that should give me 2. This guy saws me for a knife. Since Evie is the stealth-focused character, she is able to carry a lot more throwing knives than Jacob does, and her throwing knives are a little bit more powerful, but because I'm level 10 and all these enemies are level 1, it doesn't really matter anyway. So we're gonna go in here, and I have smoke bombs equipped because I know there's gonna be 2 enemies in here that I'm gonna need to kill while we save this random character that we don't care about because he is tied to side stuff that we're not gonna be doing.
What do you wish me to elaborate?
And quick double assassinate there. So he told us that in order to get into the lab, we need to find a key. So we're going to go over back this direction and try to find the key. There, the parkour was being a little bit jank because this is when the parkour was really jank for a while in the series. The way parkour works is you have your sprint button, which is, for me, R2 on a controller. And then you can see that my HUD is white in the bottom right. That means I'm in high profile, which is the fast mode where you can run and climb and do all that stuff, but it makes you more suspicious to enemies. And then here I am in low profile, so I'm walking slowly, but I have more stealth capabilities, so I can like crouch and hide behind objects and all that stuff. I got into a little bit of combat here. I didn't want to get seen here, but that's fine. Quickly throwing knife that guy. And we still have a few more enemies to kill with barrels, so I'm actually going to go back the way I came. Because I know there's more enemies on barrels over here. This game is also working off the Unity engine, where you have parkour up and parkour down, so you can see in the bottom right it says free run up and free run down. That was kind of an answer to a common complaint with the classic Assassin's Creed games, where people felt like you would just kind of jump randomly to your death and there would be no control for you. So they gave you a parkour down button to kind of let you more easily go down. I got 2 there. Hopefully I can get someone to walk under the barrels there. I can kind of throw a knife in front of his face and try to lure him under these barrels. That should be our last one. So that is our first full sync objective done for this mission. Parkour down is also more important in Syndicate because Syndicate is a weird game and doesn't let you manually jump off ledges, and if you just walk towards a ledge, the game just will not let you go over the ledge unless you're holding high profile, and if it's a jump that would be risky and kill you, the game just will not let you do it. So they kind of play it safe for this game, which, to be fair, I honestly don't really like. I prefer a lot of the classic Assassin's Creed games like AC2 and Brotherhood and all that stuff, where there's more freedom of control and movement, and these games are a little bit more jank. But I've played them enough to kind of know how to work around it. And then down this elevator. If I were playing on a new game file, this would be the point in the game where they would introduce skills to me, where it would want me to get one of the skills from the skill tree. But because I've already done all that, I don't need to worry about it. Go over the pipe, please. The way to go over pipes like that is by holding parkour down. This is the Unity Syndicate engine, where it has that whole thing where you have to kind of leap over objects. I don't care that these people are shooting me. I have enough health to survive it. I can just easily run away because they don't have the ability to parkour over all of this and follow me. And here we find our target. That is David Brewster in there, working on his piece of Eden. I'm gonna go across this way. And we get these 3 guys. And it gave me a long assassination animation because this game is good. We're gonna go up here, and then we want to air assassinate him, and hopefully it doesn't kill some random guy. I'm actually gonna wait for that guy over there to pass just to make sure the game kills the guy I want to kill, because I've had it sometimes where that guy is walking and I press the button and it buffers it and it kills him instead of the target. So I just wanted to make sure I avoid that.
It is time to lay down your head, Sir David Brewster.
But I have so much more.
This is the first of Evie's 2 targets. Jacob tends to get most of the targets in this game to kill just because of Jacob has most of the stuff in this game because of reasons. I feel like a lot of people say that Jacob has about 75% of the missions in this game, and Evie has about the 25% other half of it.
To gain what we cannot take with us. It's in our nature.
But we will be doing Evie's second assassination mission later. We're also going to need a big flashing lights warning for this section here because everything is going to explode and we're gonna have to escape and run away.
I have to get out of here now.
See how bright that is, that flashing? That's...
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, the flashing lights warning.
I understand. Well, it's going a little wild right now.
Yeah, that piece of Eden is very unstable and decided to explode the entire lab. I don't think we got to see it because I did the mission so fast, but if you look on the table, if you look on the table next to the guy that I killed, our target, he actually has the head of Saint Denis, which is the big piece of Eden MacGuffin thing from the Dead Kings DLC for Unity. Which I don't know why it's there, but it is if you can see it. But yeah, I know too much about the series. I know a lot of random trivia like that because I've played these games for too long. So I can answer any dumb questions like that.
By all means, I would love to hear treasure trove of knowledge about this.
Syndicate...
Yeah, chat, of course, if they have questions during this, by all means, I'll ask them in chat as well.
I've been playing this game series for like 13 years. I know too much about it. I feel like most people that know me for Xenoblade, but also Assassin's Creed I know too much about. But that is our first mission done, and we're just gonna sit through cutscenes for a bit. And there's Jacob there. We don't care about him right now. And then the classic Ezio's family theme that they've been using as the main theme of Assassin's Creed for like 15 years for some reason, even though it only really should fit with one character. Because every Assassin's Creed game has to have an Ezio's family version of the song for some reason now.
You've only had a taste of our latest acquisition from Abstergo, but I wanted.
And this is modern day stuff that we don't care about because this is Unity and Syndicate, where the modern day was just cutscenes because it was after they killed off Desmond and AC3 and they didn't know what to do with the modern day anymore. So they just made them cutscenes where people talk to you. There is a new modern day protagonist now, at least from Origins to Valhalla until she got killed. The next game that is coming out is Shadows, which is the one set in Japan, which is coming out in March. I don't know what they're going to do for the modern day for that because they don't really reveal modern day stuff before the games come out. And I haven't played Mirage. I do know that the modern day Mirage is just like one cutscene at the start and one at the end. But for Shadows, we don't really know what they're doing right now. Shadows is also being made by the same team that made this game in Odyssey. Syndicate was the first one that they not exactly outsourced, but they made other teams at Ubisoft to make it, which was the main Assassin's Creed team is Ubisoft in Montreal, but the Syndicate, Odyssey, and Shadows are made by Ubisoft Quebec. And then I think Rogue was made by Ubisoft Sofia, and then Mirage was made by something else. It's some other team that I forget right now. Here we go with the Assassin's Creed trivia. We're starting, gamers. We're starting out strong.
Yeah, I know Ubisoft has like a lot, just like all around the world.
Yeah.
I know a lot about them from my like DS completion project. They are, in my opinion, the villains of my DS completion project. There's like 200 games published by them or so on DS. It's wild.
There actually are some Assassin's Creed games on DS. I don't know if you've done them yet, but there's at least 2 of them
Funnily
on DS.
Enough, yeah, funnily enough, because I actually played one of them recently on DS, I was like, let's have this run on, you know?
There's also
that's a big reason why.
There's also one on PSP, which is called Altair's Bloodlines. I think it's just Bloodlines. That deals with Altair from Assassin's Creed 1 after the events of that game. and he writes the codex that you collect in AC2 and does all that stuff. I've not played that game just because of it's PSP and no one really plays PSP anymore. And I have not tried to emulate it because I don't know how PSP emulation works, so I just haven't bothered.
Which is why Mr. Green has
That's definitely fair.
I also have not played the DS ones.
Let's just say the first one it's a very funny playthrough, Altair's Chronicles. I had a very funny time with that one. It was interesting, at least. It's a prequel to the first game, funnily enough.
It's actually a sequel to it. It takes place after it. No, Bloodlines takes place after one. Altair's Chronicles is the prequel. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. It hasn't been interesting, like, trying the series out again, though, because I haven't played it since high school.
Yeah, I've been playing this since, like, AC3. AC3 was my first one, back in, like, 2013, and then I just kept playing it.
The next time it goes on sale on Steam, I'm absolutely picking these up again, for sure.
They actually tend to go on sale pretty often, like, around, like, holidays and anniversaries and all that stuff. And there's a lot of game bundles, so you can. There's like there's the Kenway Saga that has like AC3, AC4, and Rogue in it that you can get, I think.
all set.
And there's like the RPG bundle that has like Origins to Valhalla and all that stuff. So there's a lot of things you can do. We're also completely not even mentioning this rope launcher here. This was the big parkour gimmick of this game, where you have a rope launcher, because this is set in Victorian London, where it's like the closest to the modern day they've ever set the series, and the buildings are extremely far apart, and they wanted something to help with parkour, so they gave you a rope launcher. So this is basically just Assassin's Creed Spider-Man.
I love this. I was gonna say, yeah, like, this is genuinely a really cool device to give you in this.
And you might have saw some driving earlier. We're going to be doing some more driving later. This is the driving and the rope launcher was the two big things they added to this game, because they had the wide streets and the big roads and all that stuff. The rope launcher is a little bit finicky. It doesn't really aim where you want it to sometimes, because the way it works is that it latches onto fixed points depending on where your camera is aimed at. So you can't like manually aim
That should do
to
it.
where you want to go. Also, classic Assassin's Creed Leap of Faith. Here we go.
Yes.
I love how in the backstage for this, I told you the lore about why that happens.
Yeah, it's actually a real thing, apparently.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. The assassins in Assassin's Creed, they're not around anymore in real life, obviously, but they were a real thing in like the Crusade time period and all that stuff. I think they were called like the Heshashans or something. I'm probably butchering that name, but they were a real group. They were basically just terrorists, if I'm being blunt. But they did leaps like that and other things to kind of intimidate their enemies and show that they didn't fear death. And we're basically like, we don't fear death, so if you come kill us, we're not gonna really care, and you should be more scared of us than we're scared of death and things like that. So it was actually a real life like intimidation tactic that they did stuff like that.
All I know is that if someone did that for me, I'd definitely really scare them for sure.
Yeah. Because this is obviously all based in history. It's history, but it's like alternate history because of Peace of Vaden and an ancient race that had a whole solar flare wipe them out. Because of the original plan for this series that they kind of gave up on was the Doomsday Disaster of 2012. So that was the whole modern day plot of the original games. And then 2012 happened, and that obviously didn't happen in our timeline. The way they explain it in Assassin's Creed is because Desmond sacrificed himself and used a global Aurora Borealis device to make a whole global Aurora Borealis to save the world from a solar flare. That's the Assassin's Creed reason for why there was no 2012 Doomsday.
Interesting.
It makes...
Thank you, Desmond, I
It
guess.
sounds like the most weird, crazy, insane thing if I just explain it with no context like that, but I promise that's actually what it is. And there I did a zipline assassination because that was the full sync objective for this mission. Earlier, the other one was to stay above 30 meters with the zipline, which is easy to do. We were just doing crafting stuff. I've already crafted everything, so I'm just gonna immediately close that menu. But this mission was dealing with Alexander Graham Bell because you gotta have those historical characters in Assassin's Creed. There are a few others in this game. This game is actually pretty interesting in terms of targets that you kill. Since this game is so close to our modern time, they actually made most of the targets in this game fictional characters instead of real historical characters. Most of the games in the series you assassinate real historical figures based around the times of when they actually died in real life. But in Syndicate, they made it so that most of them were fictional characters because they didn't want to risk upsetting any potential living descendants. So they just played it safe and made them all fictional people. I think there might be maybe like one or two in this game that are still real historical people, but most of them are fictional that you assassinate. And following my list, I should be sequence 4, memory 6. This is the only one that doesn't have any full sync objectives on it, because this is our auto-scroller mission for this run. And this is probably going to be the one mission that's also probably going to need a trigger warning for animal harm because we're going to be shooting at horses that are going to be chasing us. There's no like visible gore or anything. They just kind of ragdoll, and it looks funny. But if you don't like horses getting shot, then maybe look away for this mission. I should also mention that these loading screens are pretty long because I am playing on console. I did talk about the community a little bit. Most of the runs that we have are done on PC because we have rules that allow for like deleting cutscene files and using Alt F4 to skip things, which I personally don't agree with those rules because they're pretty dumb. And I run on console just because I prefer console anyway. And I also don't want to have to deal with deleting files and all that stuff. But
It's definitely understandable, especially if
Yeah.
it's not like, don't usually do that for like any other game you run, you know? I definitely get that.
it's mostly just because we have one guy who like controls everything around the community and no one really likes him. He doesn't really talk to anyone and he just kind of does what he wants. I've been trying to work with some people to try to get PC console leaderboard splits, but he says that we need 3 active runners for console, and because no one runs these games, that's not going to happen. But hopefully, me showing off a run will try to get some more runners for this series.
Hopefully. That'd be awesome, honestly.
But I did also mention earlier that a lot of these runs are like extremely long and like 4 to 6 hour long runs. And if you do 100%, they're like 12 hours long. There was a run on Rory Longathon like last month, done by someone in the community, and that was like a 14-hour long run. I missed most of it because it was during a time for me where I was asleep. But it did happen, and you can probably go find the VOD for that. If you're interested, that was a run of Assassin's Creed 4 100%. I'm maybe been considering maybe learning 100% runs of these games, but they're long, so I haven't bothered.
Are there at least like rules that like you can take breaks like after X amount of hours or something?
If only we had the time.
I've looked on the rules and there's nothing about breaks, but I would hope that you take breaks during a run like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, I don't know, I do not understand why the game does this, but every time I need to be anonymous first, so I need to kill these guys first. Every time I do this run, the last mission that I did equips my... it changes my gun to the weakest gun in the game that only holds 2 bullets, and I don't understand why it does it. So I need to kill these people first if I can actually... I am gonna actually equip the knives first. This is not how this is meant to be. No. I am just gonna try to shoot the horses. Try to get some ragdolls. Because I need to change my gun, and I can't change my gun if I am being seen. Can I change my gun, please? I cannot change my gun. I really wish I understood why the game does that. And it's only based on playing the previous mission. If I do this mission on its own without playing the other mission first, it doesn't change my gun. Now I should be able to change my gun. I want this gun, please. Thank you.
Easy now.
This game is a little bit jank when it does things like that, but it's weird. And there's the good ragdoll physics for the horses and the carriages. Got to see a little bit of it.
Yeah, wow.
Got to see a little bit of it when I'm not trying to deal with my gun being changed for no reason.
You just need the good gun, get the good flips on those carriages.
Waiting for this guy to get in range. That guy went flying.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Jacob is driving this character because we recruited him on this mission to get some information about a piece of Eden in London, and him being the reckless guy that he is decided to start a fight with everyone, so we got detected and had to run away with the character. And we can't skip this cutscene, so we actually get to see Jacob for a little bit.
Let's do it again.
Hi, Jacob.
Damn it.
Jacob is gonna be the reason why things go wrong for Evie a lot of the time. A lot of the missions that Jacob does dismantles the entire concept of society, and Evie has to be the one to fix it. Like, I wish I was joking when I was saying that, but a lot of things that Jacob does, he dismantles certain parts of society, and Evie has to go fix his mistakes. Like, one of the later missions that we're going to be doing, we have to go fix the entire economy just because Jacob has dismantled the entire economy by killing a Templar for some reason. So Evie just kind of has to clean up after Jacob and fix all of his mistakes because that's how this game was written for some reason.
That's just like how every mission is, I guess.
Most of them, yeah. This next one, we're going to actually be going to the Kenway Mansion, which is the mansion where Edward Kenway lived. And if you know Edward Kenway, he was the character that you play as in AC4, the pirate game that is better than Skull and Bones despite being 10 years older. The classic pirate Assassin's Creed game that everyone loves.
I know my friends had that back in the day, and they loved that one too, but never got to play that myself.
It's one of the better ones, I'll say that.
So I've heard. I'm very interested in it.
There's going to be a lot of AC4 references in this mission for anyone who's in chat who likes AC4.
I'm so ready.
As long as the game actually decides to load. Because I'm playing this on PS4. There was actually a 60 FPS patch for Syndicate that came out on consoles a few months ago. But I don't think I have that patch because I think it was PS5 and Xbox Series X only. And since I'm playing on PS4, I don't think I got that patch. I might have gotten the patch. I could probably check at some point after the run, but that was a thing that happened a few months ago. I think that was like September or October or something. So if you play this game on PS5 or Xbox Series, you actually do get to play it in 60 FPS now.
So they just went back and optimized the game more? Is that what it was?
I think so. I think it was just updating it to 60 FPS. I don't think they like patched any glitches or anything.
Okay.
But this game is also like gonna be 10 years old this year because this was 2015. So it is a pretty old jank game still a little bit. This is also carriage driving. This is the GTA carriage. This is the GTA parts of the game.
Demolishing and stuff inside the room.
I submitted this run to Fatalis. I didn't get accepted, but I did submit it to Fatalis. And in my submission for Fatalis, I said that this game was like GTA mixed with Spider-Man in Victorian era London as like a way to market this run, and I thought it was good.
So far, I think that's pretty correct, I'd say.
Can you check over there?
That woman that we saw there was Lucy Thorne. That is like the big main antagonist to Evie that we're gonna be killing later. That is Evie's next second target. So I'm gonna go inside the window here. Windows are actually better in Syndicate than they were in Unity. This game actually has a dedicated button for getting into windows, and Unity you just kind of have to kind of wiggle a stick and hope you get in the window. And that was the first of many AC4 references. That was a model of a ship. I believe it might be a Jackdaw, but I'm not sure. And then pistols, because you can hold pistols in AC4. And then tricorn hat, which I believe is like, I don't know this 100%, but it might be the specific hat that Blackbeard wears. And you can play as Blackbeard in the multiplayer of AC4, which is actually still up. Most of the servers for multiplayer stuff for Assassin's Creed has been shut down now, but I think AC4 servers are still up.
Another assassin artifact.
So you can still play that. I know Unity servers are still up now, but at least for Brotherhood, Revelations, and AC3, they're all shut down now. That other thing there was a blood vial, which was a big item in AC4 where the Templars used to collect blood of people they wanted to control so they could spy on them using the observatory. This is the map that Edward sells to the Templars in AC4 when he's being an imposter and taking Duncan Walpole's identity that shows the locations of assassins. And then dual swords, because we have dual swords in AC4. And then another ship model.
I wish Father could have seen this.
And that is all 7 Kenway memorabilia. And then we go in here. And then hopefully I could get this piano sequence right, because for full sync I need to do this whole sequence without hitting a wrong note. And there we go. The way that you figure out the note for that is that if you use Eagle Vision, it actually serves it on the wall right there. So I just know it's D, A, D, E, F, D. And I know which buttons to press for those. And the song that you play on that piano is actually, it's one of the shanties that you can have your crew sing in AC4, which is Lowlands Away, which is one of the more beloved songs from that game that you can have your crew sing for shanties. And then use this pirate ship wheel to open this hatch and escape.
An entire vault filled with
Also updated in chat as well too. Apparently for Assassin's Creed 4, servers are down 360 and PS3, but they're up on PS4 and Xbox One still. So there we go.
Unity co-op servers are also still up, but also good luck finding anyone to play Unity co-op with nowadays, just because no one really plays Unity anymore. If you can purposely get people together to play Unity co-op, you still can. But good luck finding anyone to do that with. I feel like most people have kind of moved on from Unity nowadays just because there's a lot more games to play after it, and Unity kind of had a one of the launches of all time, I'll say that. Unity had a kind of rushed development and was extremely buggy at launch, and if you played on Xbox One when it launched, there was like a glitch where people's faces just did not load and they were just floating eyeballs.
Oh, it's that one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Unity is
I
that.
remember
Unity
now.
is the game where people's faces didn't load, and you could just like get stuck in walls and stuff. Most of that has been patched out nowadays. If you go back and play Unity nowadays, there's still a little bit of jank, but most of it has been patched out now. Like you're not gonna see people without faces if you load up now Unity nowadays, but back then it definitely was a thing that happened.
Yeah, I saw many screenshots of that back in the day.
I actually have a Discord emote of it too.
You have to show me that later for sure.
But now we're doing the next mission here. I was talking about how Jacob makes mistakes and dismantles all of society. This is the first one where Evie has to fix that. One of the targets that Jacob killed was a brain surgeon that was giving a lecture to people and was kind of the whole Templar running the whole medicine health industry. So now the health industry just doesn't exist anymore because Jacob killed someone. And now this kid is dying,
It's right.
and we have to get some medicine.
Thank you, Jacob. Very cool.
Thank you, Jacob. Very cool. And you are timed on this mission, but it really doesn't matter. They give you way more time. They do whatever really realistically need. They give you a full 8 minutes to do this, and I've never really done it in like less than 5. I also love how whenever you boost with horses, Evie is just extremely violent and mean to the horses. But then if you play Jacob, Jacob is extremely calm and nice to the horses, and it's just this is funny to me. The only thing that Jacob does not want to fight or kill in this game is the horses. Did I ragdoll on the ground?
Seem to be polar opposites of each other in that regard, I guess. Jacob loves dismantling society, but also loves animals. Evie, just the exact opposite. Hates animals, loves bringing society back together, I guess.
So they restore the thing from the guy that we needed to steal. The whole forcing objective there was to just steal it without getting noticed or alerting him or at all, or doing any of that. So I just snuck between the gate and stuck behind him and stole it. You technically can kill him, but the game also penalizes you for killing him and says assassins do not kill civilians, even though the game lets you do it. And now this guy is being attacked, so I'm just gonna smoke bomb this guy. And then throw a knife all of these people. And then one more over there.
I can't thank you enough.
Throwing knives are extremely useful for Evie, especially because she has the skills where you can hold more, and
Please take them.
hers are technically more powerful than Jacob's.
Yes.
If you upgrade everything, they're pretty much the exact same character. There's not really too many differences between them, but Jacob does have his own unique skills. Evie has her own unique skills. Like, Jacob doesn't get the thing where if you stand still, you become invisible. But Jacob is a little bit more better at combat. He does a little bit more damage and is able to keep the combo a little bit easier than Evie is. Hijack this start here. I probably could have thrown knifed that guy, but I also need to save throwing knives for a few later missions. So you can see how fast I did that. I really don't need 8 minutes to do this entire mission if I can not get stuck on a tree. They give you way more time on this mission to do whatever you really need.
Gotta go.
Unless you're just like that bad at driving the cars and let the guy get away for too long. But they're really not that hard to drive. And then shoutouts to Florence Nightingale's hands. This is the one mission where we see Florence Nightingale in like the entire game, I think, and all we see of her in this run is her hands. So shoutouts to Florence Nightingale's hands.
Dang. Shoutouts, I guess.
But now we have fixed the entire health industry by doing that one mission.
Hooray.
Is there anything going on in chat that people have questions for?
I'm not seeing many questions right now, but like, someone was intriguing about the Jack the Ripper DLC in this game.
No. That is a thing that exists. You know, a funny thing that I'm actually doing this run today, though, because apparently, according to the news, just today we discovered Jack the Ripper's real identity.
Oh, yeah.
That is the one that I just did.
Interesting.
Yeah. This is obviously the base game, so we're not going to be doing any Jack the Ripper DLC stuff, but there is a run for that, and I've considered learning it. I did learn it a little bit, but I haven't really submitted it to any events yet, and I kind of need to go back to learning it. And it is a little bit shorter of a run because it's DLC. But it is a DLC that exists. It's definitely one of the DLCs of all time. I love how the design for Jack the Ripper in that DLC is just a guy in a giant black coat, and he wears a bag over his head, but he also wears a top hat over the bag.
That's just goofy.
Honestly, now that Jack the Ripper's identity was revealed, I kind of wonder how different that DLC would have been if that was discovered earlier back then when that DLC was made. It probably would have been extremely different.
Probably.
This game also loves that scene with the tower. It does that like every time you start a new mission. It shows the Tower of Big Ben, and it really loves doing it.
So the
here in the
Trump.
and we're gonna just quickly drop down here, smoke bomb these police so we can get under this monument here. That guy does not look like he's inside the smoke, but the game counts it, so I'm just gonna run. Someone saw me for a split second, so the game is being mean and not letting me continue.
Too many today live in what are little better than hovels.
And that is going to open the mechanism up there. And then I'm going to equip my gun again with 21 bullets. I don't care that these people see me because I'm just going to do this. Zip up here. No one else has a rope launcher. They can't get me. And I'm too high up for them to be able to shoot me down. If they did shoot me down, I would just have to kind of take it and fall because this game does not have a catch ledge mechanic anymore. The older games had a mechanic where you could like hold a certain button while you're falling and catch ledge and save yourself from falls, but this game does not have that. It technically still existed in Unity, which runs on this same engine, but in that game you have to kind of like time it instead of just holding it. So it's a little bit more jank in Unity, and then this game just kind of got rid of it entirely. Full stick objective there was to do a leap of faith from a zipline there, which is pretty simple to do. And now I'm just driving to the cathedral here where we need to go do a small little short puzzle to open up a hidden vault on the top of the monument here.
Yeah, so yeah, leap of faith from like the zip line there. I'm surprised no one like batted an eye at that, because that'd be hooting and hollering about someone just jumping from that high up and laying perfectly fine that just in a pile of leaves. And then zip line all the way up here.
I mean, you still can parkour normally, like we were doing in the first mission. But like, I don't know why you would when you have the zipline. It's just way faster and way more convenient. Every time I also use Eagle Vision, you might also see me going back into low profile and stop running. That is because Syndicate is one of the games in the series where you can't run and use Eagle Vision at the same time. There's a few other games in the series that do that, but in some of the older ones you can run and do both. This one, there's to turn the gears. I've memorized the pattern for this. I'm probably not doing it the fastest way, but I've played this too much to not know what the pattern is anymore. And then the 3 lines, and then these 2 hook things, and then triangle. And that is going to open the vault. That is going to lead to the key that is going to lead to another vault, which leads to the Shroud of Eden, which is the main piece of Eden for this game. We're not going to be doing the final mission of the game, even though we do play as Evie in that, but the final mission of the game has you swap between Jacob and Evie, and I'm doing this run for Evie's only solo missions, where you only play as Evie. So I did not want to include the final mission in the game. Also, it's just long, and I can't be bothered to deal with that. And I go
That's
up.
a fun thing about That's a fun thing about category makeup like that, is you can also make up your own rules if you wanted to.
And since this is the category I made up, there's no SOC board for it. And I'm the only person who runs it, so I'm technically world record holder, even though I don't really know my time, because I don't speedrun for time. I speedrun for fun because I like making up weird categories like this.
That's so valid, honestly. I've done that a few times myself, or just like making my own category and just as a fun way to play the game in a different way than I was previously. I love that stuff.
And then here is technically going to be a boss fight, but never mind. Nope. We're just going to shoot her 4 times.
Oh, goodbye.
If I've tried to fight that normally, I would have to do a full sync where I'd have to counter all of her strikes, which I've tried to do legit multiple times, and I've never been able to do it. So I just cheese it with the gun like that. And the reason why I've never been able to do it is because if you try to fight her normally, once you get her to about like half health, I think, she pulls you into this little like cutscene animation thing where she just hits you and you can't do anything except counter the hits. And from my experience, countering those hits seems to be like extremely delayed for some reason. And sometimes it just doesn't register the button press. So it's extremely jank and I can't be bothered with it, so I just cheese it by shooting her with the gun.
That's so valid.
And then it should be this one. So remember when Jacob dismantled the health industry?
Mm-hmm.
Now he's dismantled the entire vehicle industry.
Why, Jacob? What the heck? You gotta stop doing this.
So now we gotta go rescue the guy who is like the only vehicle builder in the city who is being targeted by the Templars to make new vehicles for them. And he obviously refuses, and so we have to go save him. And Jacob has killed the one Templar woman who was in charge of the whole vehicle industry, and he killed her inside a train, and now vehicles don't exist anymore because he's dismantled the entire industry.
Come on, Jacob.
Jacob is a menace to society. Don't trust him.
I don't trust him at all.
Don't trust Jacob.
Here's the Big Ben again.
There he is. So there's the one guy who runs the entire vehicle industry now, and we have to go save him from these enemy Templars.
There you go.
I want my gun, please. I have to kind of do some carriage combat here and save this guy. I'm just gonna immediately climb on his carriage, so I don't have to chase him down after I kill all these enemies here. Where is this other one? And there's one more. And that should be it for those enemies there. And now we have to take him over to this factory where there's gonna be something we have to steal for this guy.
Take deep breaths. They're gone.
A little bit of drifting there. I probably should have drifted a little bit later to actually make sure I got to run that turn, but it's fine.
Tell me why you've got the blighters after you.
If you do stuff in the open world, there actually are like carriage races and things you can do to get like materials and money for crafting and all that stuff. Please get out of my way. Stop running over the child.
Oh gosh. It's okay, it's perfectly fine.
Climb inside this factory here. And full sync objective here is to not let the target exit the factory. So I'm just gonna climb above this person here, kill her. This also was the first game to have women enemies, like women that you can kill, because up to this point, most of the, pretty much all of the targets and enemies you killed in Assassin's Creed were men. This game was the first one to have women targets and enemies. And that guy was easy to kill because I know that as soon as he sees me, he runs in that direction every single time. So I just make him see me on purpose and then just wait for him to run into my arms. And then I'm going to use my gang here to call a cart because I can't be bothered to find one. There's one right here anyway, it doesn't matter. I should have looked this direction first. The big gameplay gimmick of this game is that you have a gang and people can fight for you and get to build up your gang to control London, and it's honestly a lot more underwhelming than the game would lead you to believe, because there's not really much that they do, and they're really not that helpful. I don't trust the AI on the gang.
I sent Roth's men a message.
But that is the whole gimmick of this game, is that you have a gang that has people that work for you. And kind of back to this game being the first game to have like women enemies you can kill. This is also technically the first game in that series to have a trans character in it. Fun fact.
Ooh.
We won't see them because they're mostly involved with Jacob's stuff. But they are a trans mask character in this game. And that also makes it so that this game was the first one to have in the warning, like this message that you see when you load up the game. This game was the first one to have sexual orientations and gender identities included in that list, just because of the trans character. And then ever since this game, they've included that.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not going to be seeing the trans character because they're involved in Jacob's stuff, but they do exist, and you can do side missions for them and get stuff for them and do all that stuff. I don't think they're a real historical person. I think they were made up for this game, but they do exist in the game, and you can meet them and find them and do all that stuff for them. But now we're going into Evie's next assassination mission. We're actually going to assassinate this person that has been kind of antagonizing Evie this whole time, which was the same person that I just shot 4 times in that other mission like 2 missions ago. Somehow she survived that, and now we're actually going to go kill her. This was also the mission where, before this game came out, they had like a whole bunch of like gameplay demos and things that they uploaded on YouTube. This was one of the missions that they played in one of those gameplay demos. So if you want to see an earlier version of Syndicate, you can look up, like go on Ubisoft's YouTube channel and look up like Assassin's Creed Syndicate gameplay demos or whatever it is and see an earlier version of this mission. This mission also wants us to kill less than 5 royal guards, because this is the Tower of London and there's a whole bunch of royal guards over here. But there's also Templars disguised as royal guards, and we want to make sure that we don't kill any actual royal guards. This is also a thing from Unity where they call them black box missions, where they, instead of assassinations in the older games where you just kind of ran to the target and killed them, now they made black box missions where they throw you into like an open space and just kind of let you do whatever you want. And they give you like opportunities and things to kind of affect the environment. But I'm also not going to be doing any of that because this. We just smoke bomb those guys, run down here. And then wait for this guy to come over here. I was expecting him to still be affected by the smoke because sometimes I come down here and he is. And throwing that guy, cover assassinate that guy. And then open this door, which thankfully does not need a key. Headshot him. Then our target is right down here. Throwing knifer in the head and then leave. And we can actually skip this confession cutscene this time.
For you.
And then we're just gonna run back the way we came, and some guy just disappeared in front of me. That's cool.
Oh.
Thank you, Syndicate. Very cool.
Thank you, Syndicate. Very cool.
And this full stake objective, it gets completed as long as you kill less than 5. So you can kill. You can make the number go to 1, 2, 3, or 4, but if it goes to 5, then it fails. And I have just done it with 0, so skills. Run to this boat. And that is Evie's second assassination mission out of 2, so no more assassinations, no more main assassinations for Evie because Jacob has all the other ones. And then we just have to kind of sit and watch this guy. This is the main antagonist Templar of this game, and he is a little bit weird because he just kind of sits in this office and is angry at the assassins for foiling all his evil plans. He doesn't really do much of anything in this game. We just kind of get told that he's evil because he's evil. And all we see of him is just these cutscenes after main assassinations where he just sits in this office. But these are all unskippable, so we just have to kind of watch this guy be angry.
The Father of Understanding guide you. Yes,
like, he literally does nothing for the entire game up until the end. And you don't even interact with him as Jacob or Evie until the very final mission in the game.
She's kind of like the big mastermind of this game,
yeah,
I guess.
He just kind of sits around in this office and does nothing. We just get told that he's evil because he's a Templar. He doesn't actually do really anything. And there he is being angry because we killed someone.
The shroud will be mine.
There it is. I was waiting for some freak out.
There's another one where someone walks into his office while he's playing the piano. He just shoots him in the face.
Oh gosh.
But there was the big bad Templar that doesn't do anything. It's more of a tell, don't show thing rather than a show, don't tell, which is one of the big rules of, like, screenwriting that you should never break, but they decided to break it.
Yeah.
But we're actually getting pretty close to the end of this run. We have about 3 more missions left if I'm looking at my list. I do have a list written down on my phone next to me just to make sure I am doing these missions correctly in the right order.
It's roasting by so far, honestly. You're doing very well.
I mean, I've played these games for like 13 years. I kind of know what I'm doing at this point. I've played these games so many times to the point where I can like load up like AC2 or something, turn off all the sound, mute my TV, put on a podcast, still play the game just with no issues because it's just all muscle memory for me. Like, I don't know what that says about me, but I can do that. So remember when Jacob broke the health industry and the vehicle industry?
Mm-hmm.
This is when he breaks the economy.
Jacob, come on. You can't do that.
Well, that's what he did. Jacob broke the health industry, he broke the vehicle industry, and now he broke the economy. And now Evie has to fix it.
I believe in you, Evie. Undo what you just did.
But thankfully, this is the last mission where Evie has to go fix Jacob's mistakes. Because there's 2 missions in the run left after this one. So we're kind of getting close to the end of the run, but also this is close to the end of the game anyway if you're playing it casually. So there wouldn't be too much left after this, even if you just were playing this on your own time. There's only so many things one man can break. And so far, Jacob has managed to break like all of them.
Which is impressive, honestly.
Jacob wants the whole thing with Jacob is that he just wants to fight and kill people. That's his whole personality.
He just loves chaos, it looks like.
He does love chaos. That's his whole thing.
A big agent of chaos, for sure.
Follow me.
And then we're gonna follow Aberline here. Someone mentioned Jack the Ripper DLC earlier. This is Aberline. He was if you know Jack the Ripper history, Aberline was the main investigative person, like leading the whole thing for Jack the Ripper. And he is in this game. This is all we're gonna see of him in this run, but he does show up again in that DLC, and he's a little bit more serious in that DLC than he is in base game here. But he does show up again in that DLC. And then we got the classic Assassin's Creed tailing mission that we all love.
You two, follow me. I don't
This is like the only one that Evie gets, and there's not really a lot of tailing missions in this game to begin with. If you know anything about Assassin's Creed, I feel like people would tell you AC4 is the game for tailing missions, because basically every mission in that game is a tailing mission. AC4 just has way too many tailing missions, which is a common complaint with that game, which I can't really blame people for saying that because it's just true.
Sounds like all of London is rioting.
But this is like the only tailing mission that is in this run.
I can't believe Jacob's managed to shatter the entire economy. Father was right.
At least for the older games, the way that tailing missions worked, where the farther away you stayed from your target that you're following, the faster they would walk and the less often they would stop and turn around and try to find you. Because that was the whole way they worked in the older games, where they would just periodically would stop and turn around and try to see where you were. And that's how they worked in the older ones, where if you stood further away, the less often they would stop. But for this one, you just have to kind of follow him. It still says don't get too close, but because we're following on a carriage, they don't really do the whole stop and turn around thing.
It'd be very comical. He just like did a circle real quickly in the middle of the street and then kept going.
I don't know why he's going so slowly. I think it's because of the guy in front of him. There is a whole traffic system that you kind of have to play around with this. This is like the slowest I've ever seen them go. Please.
Is he going around now?
He decided to go on the sidewalks. Did he kill it? He just killed that random guy.
What the?
That's why you gotta be careful when you're driving, people.
There you go.
This is what happens when Jacob dismantles the entire vehicle industry. Don't let Jacob anywhere
Very
near your
cool.
vehicle.
At this point, don't let Jacob anywhere near you, I guess. Anyone.
Yes, sir.
Keep him away from people.
Keep this place locked down.
Destroyed everything.
Yes, sir.
Guard this place
I did
as
not
you
want
would
to
the
go up
bank
here,
it
please.
itself.
And here I am gonna slowly climb down because if I hold the buttons to parkour down, it's gonna make me accidentally do a leap of faith, and I do not want to go all the way down there. I want to go to this window here, throw this person out the window, and then take her spot. And we want to burn this money here. For some reason, you can only burn it from that side of the table and not on the other side here. Very specific. That guy is coming up here, so I'm gonna wait behind this corner. And then there should be another person here. Saw me for a split second, but don't care.
Now to sneak these back into the bank.
And then we get the printing plates that we need to bring back to the bank because these people were using them to make counterfeit money. But is it really counterfeit if they're using the actual legit plates? That's the whole dilemma with this mission because Jacob dismantled the economy.
Much to think about.
And then I'm going to land on top of this carriage. This game is weird. If you land on top of carriages, there's no fall damage for some reason. I don't know why they designed it like that, but they did. So you can just land on top of a carriage from any height and take no fall damage whatsoever. As long as it has a roof. There's carriages that don't have roofs. If you land on one of those, you will most likely die. But if there's one with a roof like this, then if you land on it from any height, you're safe.
Easy, girl.
And then easy full sync here. Let the civilians into the bank. Just kill him. And then you fulfill that requirement. One of the easier full syncs to do. Headshot you, headshot you. Is there anyone else in here? Headshot you. Headshots are a little bit easy to get in this game because there is a kind of not exactly auto aim, but if you aim towards someone's head, it will kind of stick to their head, so it kind of makes aiming a little bit easier. I'm gonna go out this way because I don't want to have to run through the crowd and go slow. And then this guy is back for some reason. I don't know why there's another one here so quickly. But just run out the bank. And then we're gonna go meet with Aberline again and to finish up this mission. And now we have successfully fixed the economy after Jacob dismantled the entire thing.
Hooray!
And now we don't have to worry about Jacob being a menace to society anymore.
Thank goodness.
If people want to see more of Jacob being a menace, then you should go play this game because he kind of goes wild with it. Like every assassination has like special assassination cutscenes that you can do for the black box missions, and some of the ones that Jacob has are kind of wild. Like the one for the guy that you kill that dismantles the entire economy. You have Jacob hide behind a painting and then slice the painting open from behind it and then stab his hidden blade in his throat. There's another one where the brain surgeon you kill that dismantles the health industry, you take the place of a dead body and then get wheeled up to him as he's giving a lecture and then kill him after he notices that corpses don't wear boots.
That's wild. What?
This game is definitely one of the games of all time.
It seems interesting for sure. I'm kind of into it.
This was also the game where this was made by the same team that made Odyssey and is making Shadows right now. So if you like the writing that this game has for whatever reason, you can like what you like. But if you like the writing in this game, has kind of similar vibes to those games. I don't know if it's the exact same writers, but there's a lot of similar things between Syndicate and Odyssey, at least. This mission, we're working with Henry Green. He was in a mission earlier with us where we went to Kenway Mansion. He's like kind of like the main like assassin informant in London. But he actually decided to come out and do some field work with us. We're trying to find the plans to the vault underneath Buckingham Palace, which leads to the Shroud of Eden. So we need to infiltrate this area, investigate 3 different chests to try to find those plans. Full sync objective here is that Henry has a distraction thing that he can use. We need to use that twice. I'm going to take care of those gunners real quick. Go up here, talk to Henry to activate the ability to use his distraction.
What's the plan?
And then I can press R1 to make him run down there and throw a smoke bomb at people and then run away. I'm just going to tag these guys in Eagle Vision.
Ready?
Syndicate is one of the few games where you can actually tag people with Eagle Vision and see them through walls. That was introduced in AC4, I think, and this game also has that.
What are you waiting for?
I've heard quite enough of that.
He has not thrown the smoke bomb yet. That guy did ring the alarm, but we're in such an isolated area that it kind of doesn't matter. I did not want to pick up that body. Thank you. Throw you that way. Pick open that chest, which, funnily enough, also uses the exact same chest animation from AC4. Stop picking up bodies, please. Sabotage this, even though I honestly probably don't really need to. Go back up here. Look for more people to tag. And then I am going to do this, and then distract over there. And that fulfills the requirement, even though Henry hasn't done his distraction yet. So I can just go down this way. I don't know why there's a guy in the cart there. There's not normally a guy in the cart there. But because I did the distraction, they should all get hopefully distracted, maybe. No one really got distracted, so I don't know what happened with the distraction, but I know that I pressed the button because the full sync is completed. Can I not assassinate you from this angle, please? That was a bit jank. I don't know why no one got distracted from Henry's distraction, but sure, game. Thank you. Very cool. And even if these guys detect me, I can just kind of instantly kill them like that because I'm fully upgraded. They are level 7, I'm level 10, so it's only a 3 level difference, but it's still max level versus not max level. So it really kind of doesn't matter, and I have everything else fully upgraded. Just to be safe, I'm gonna smoke bomb these guys myself. I could have used Henry's distraction again there, but I don't care enough to. Because his smoke bomb is extremely delayed. Drop down here. I can actually get into this window, or that smoke goes away.
Nothing here. Looks like I have to ask someone where the
plans are. Go up here because there should be someone here. Kidnap you. This was another mechanic that Syndicate introduced. We could kidnap people.
Taken who?
Dressed like you.
It's mostly just used for like side stuff.
The plans you stole, where are they?
But you can do it.
The plans. The mission.
Kill you. So Henry has been taken. We don't know where he is, so we have to kind of find out what happened to Henry. And then equip throwing knives because I know I'll need them in a bit. Speak to these kids. Hopefully find drivable carts pretty close by. Come here, man. You are mine now. And then I have to touch this for some reason. And then follow tracks. If you know where you're meant to go, you can just go there. Did the game just crash? Okay, this is a never happened before moment. I've never had the game crash there.
Oh.
I've had it crash in other areas, but... Also, here's my PS4 background. There you go. I've had it crash in other areas, but I've never had it crash in that one specific moment. I am wondering what made it crash there. There's your never happened before moment.
I guess so. You were towards the end of that mission, right?
We were probably about halfway through that.
Halfway through it, okay.
It was a little bit more after that. But that is also like the second to last mission. There was one more mission after this one that I was doing. And you probably saw there the sexual orientations and gender identities thing that I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Just kind of load up this file again. I really don't know what happened there. I've never had it crash in that section before. But I will have to do that entire stealth section again. So let's go into my file, please. I was not expecting a crash there. If anything, I was expecting a crash in the next mission. Because the next mission is the one where I usually have crashes.
Do you know what causes those crashes in the next mission then?
I think it's just a whole lot of stuff going on all at once, because the next mission is another carriage mission and we have to do a lot of driving, and there's a certain turn that has a whole lot of things happening all at once on that turn. And a lot of times I've had it crash in that turn. Hopefully we got the crash out of the way for that. I haven't had it crashing in the next mission during like any practice or other runs I've done recently of this. So I guess I should have expected a crash to happen soon at some point. But we could just load up that other mission again real quick. That one was 7. No, it was the next one. 7, 6.
Meantime, while we're getting back to the mission, might I for a quick announcement?
Go for it.
All right, yeah. So, you know about Frost Fatales 2025? GQ's next all-women femme speedrunning event. It's live from March 9th through 16th by FA National Women's Law Center. Visit gamesdonequick.com/frame fatales for more information on the events, or use !FF in Twitch chat. Check out the schedule. Tell me what you're excited about too about it. Tell me what runs you're looking forward to, Chad, as well.
First,
I'm looking forward to the baseball block.
Some bangers on it. I did submit this run to that, but didn't get accepted for reasons. Probably because Assassin's Creed is not really like the most well-built for speedrunning game series, but I can always try again.
Absolutely. I recommend that for sure. Just keep on trying, especially if it's one you want to get in eventually.
Especially,
they have a VOD for it after this too.
Especially since this is a shorter category and not like a 4 to 6 hour run.
Yeah. By all means, you also submit this run like on Hotfix to next Frame Fatales events. So that's pretty cool.
So
I'd say it probably helps the chances a little
we do have to do this entire stuff section again. So same thing as I did before. Assassinate this gunner. Go over here. Kill this gunner. hopefully this time Henry's distraction actually works. I don't know why it didn't work the other time, but it sure did a thing.
What's the plan?
You also do have to go over here and talk to them first to be able to unlock the ability to use his distraction.
And I'll take advantage of the confusion. Ready?
So I'm just waiting for him to do his thing and run all the way down here. I'm gonna wait a little bit more for the smoke bomb to actually go off first before I drop down. So I don't have to deal with combat. The guy still rung the bell, but doesn't matter. I was not expecting to get that double assassination. I did not think they were in close enough range to let me do that.
That's not them.
Back up here. I don't know why Evie's doing the arm thing, but she does that sometimes. Okay, distract. Why did I fall a bit? Please. This is the most jank this mission has ever been for me.
I'll have your tongue.
I'm not even gonna go bother climbing the building this time. Just run, kill this guy. You also see there that I have a little ghost thing that spawns. That is a mechanic that Unity introduced, where as soon as you lose line of sight, there's a little like ghost of yourself that spawns that shows where your last known position was.
No.
Which is kind of a carryover from the Splinter Cell games because Ubisoft likes to put things from other games into other games. In the RPG games like Origins and Odyssey and Valhalla, they also added in the arrow marker from Far Cry where it shows like the direction of people seeing you. They changed the SSI icon from what it is in these games to that. And when I say SSI, that is a holdover from the older games that stood for social status icon or social status indicator. If you see when people detect me, there's like a little arrow that goes from yellow to red. That is what that is. That is SSI.
Looks like I have to ask someone where the plans are.
It kind of shows you how far along someone is of detecting you. And I just say SSI as like a shorthand of it and as like a carryover from the older games.
Henry, the plans you stole, where are they?
There are some tricks you can do with SSI in some of the games. You can like let people see you just long enough to the point where yellow fills all the way up, but not red. And then that will trigger last known position, and then you can just immediately hide again, and that will lure them to your position, and you can just instantly kill them. Which is a thing I do a lot when I play AC4, because AC4 SSI trick is extremely broken.
You're some of Clara's children.
They took Mr. Edley.
And I have a cart this time earlier, and it hopefully shouldn't crash this time. If I can go through these trees.
Slowly now.
Touch this. Now we have to follow these tracks. You can see them on the ground there. Whether I'm in Ecovision or not, you can see them. But I just use Ecovision just to make them a little bit easier to see for myself. If you know where you're meant to go, you can just go there, but it's been a long time since I fully memorized the route of where I'm meant to go, so I'm also using Ecovision just to check to make sure.
They're knocking people over too. And destruction of public property.
Should be around this
I
corner.
must be on the right track.
And this is where we were supposed to end up. And there's another cool area down here. There's a whole bunch of like civilians here where you can like question them to see if they know where Henry got taken, but he's always in the same spot every single time. So if you know where to go, you can just go there, which I do. I'll kill this guy in the haystack. The guy just turned around, which is good for me. He thankfully doesn't see me through the gate. Drop down here. if you go down this hole, he's the same path every single time. So you just memorize the path, air assassinate this guy, and then there's going to be another person around this corner. I don't know why that didn't kill. I must have just hit him in the shoulder. And just like the first mission, I have to kill enemies using hanging barrels, but there's only 2 this time. So I'm gonna go there. That's gonna get 1 of them. And throwing knife, throwing knife. And then 3 Henry. And that is 1 enemy with hanging barrel, but as soon as we get out of here, there's gonna be more hanging barrels with enemies under them.
Did they hurt you?
I'm fine.
Let's go.
And there's 2 enemies there, but I'm gonna let Henry first smoke bomb because I know that he's always gonna first smoke bomb here.
The plans are lost.
Just so I don't waste one of my own.
Just concentrate on escaping, please.
And then there's gonna be more hanging barrels up here. That's gonna kill those guys. And then we have a short combat section here. So we'll kill those guys, and then a few more enemies that we have to kind of take care of. I know there's 1 on the roof. If I cannot get distracted, please. Combat in this game is kind of like based on like the Batman Arkham type games. So it's kind of based around like dodging attacks and building up your combo and stuff like that. But I would prefer to not be in combat most of the time because you can kind of see how slow it is. But this is a forced combat encounter, so I can't really do much about that. Finally, that is the end of that mission after that crash.
Get Miss Nightingale to look at that.
And then 1 more mission before the end of this run. So after all of that action stuff, we're going to do a little bit of a more chill mission where we have to kind of escort people around the city in a carriage while they talk about politics stuff that I don't fully understand. So a little bit less stressful than that one, but still going to be some stuff to deal with.
More chill to the end of the run for sure.
Yeah. I debated for a long time not including it because I kind of wanted to end on like a high action-packed note, but then I was like, you know what, it's still an EV solo mission, I might as well include it even though it's a little bit less chill than what we just did. So sequence 9, 3.
That's like the second last mission in the game,
Yeah.
then. That's understandable. Setting up for the final one.
The very final mission is very long, and it has you swap between Jacob and Evie, so I don't include it because it's not solo Evie. And because of the link, I also just don't want to include it for that reason. If you do want to see that mission, then you can play the game yourself, but it is long. It's actually one of the longer missions in the game, like total-wise.
How long are we talking here? Like half an hour or so?
I've never fully timed it, but it is a long thing. There's a stealth section where you have to walk around slowly with Evie in a dress because you're at a party, and you're not allowed to have weapons, so Evie has to blend in with a dress that makes her walk slowly and she can't really do much of anything. And then you have to switch to Jacob, kill a whole bunch of enemies on the roof, and then go to the final vault where the shroud is, and then do the final boss where you swap between Jacob and Evie multiple times. And it's just a whole lot of stuff to deal with. running around these guys so that their SSI doesn't fill. This one is a little bit weird. We have to steal a carriage with a horse. There's 3 different carriages we can steal, but we're not allowed, for the full sync, we're not allowed to enter the entire courtyard there, so we're actually just gonna scare the horses and hope that they run out the direction that I want them to. But because they're scared, they're kind of just doing whatever they want. Like, they just drive into corners and have to kind of hope they run out the direction that I want them to. Hopefully I can scare them out. I only have 2 smoke bombs left, but there are other ways I can scare them. Just have to kind of deal with horse RNG for a bit. Please run straight out. Please, no, you're gonna turn. Are you gonna go out? Okay, thankfully you were going out, please. So I can just drop it down here. I don't care that I get seen. If I scared it again, it probably would have either gone back into the courtyard or gone out of the streets here, and I would have had to chase it down, and I would rather not do that. And I am going opposite direction, but I should be able to turn around this street. You can see that we have a health bar now. Full sync here, we have to not let it go under 50% health, so we have to kind of be careful. And because we scared it out of the courtyard, it's already down a little bit on its health, so we have to kind of manage our health a little bit more than we would normally if I just went in there and stole it.
Shall we lobby our cause, Miss Fry?
Climb up, Your Highness. Where are we headed?
Belgrave Square.
And I have to kind of deal with this person's AI. We just have to kind of escort people around and deal with their AI and while they decide to not get inside the carriage.
What are they doing?
He's just standing around.
Before getting in there?
My camera's also locked onto his position too, so I can't really move my camera much too when they're standing around like that. But when we're escorting all these people here, there's going to be a whole lot of things in the street that we have to kind of avoid. Like there's going to be like fire trucks and people trying to race each other, try to make you lose health. So that the game tries to make you fail that full sync, but if you're smart with your driving, then you can just play around it. Can you get inside the carriage, sir?
Yeah, man.
Welcome.
I've seen them do that before, so that's not a new thing, but it's just extremely annoying when they do it. Like, you can see the fire truck there, like, just zooming in the streets. Here it wants you to go all the way around the train station here, but you can just cut through the tunnel here. It's just easier. There's less obstacles and it's faster. I'm kind of honestly getting pretty close to 50%, so I'm kind of getting scared about my health, but hopefully it should be fine.
He is newly returned from Delhi. I will share what we have discussed. It is most disconcerting.
And back through this tunnel.
That proved quite valuable.
Where to now?
I kind of know the direction, the general direction I should be going.
I noticed Mr. Green did not accompany you.
Slow down a little bit here because there's this whole blockade here in the street.
You two seem to get along nicely.
Go around that.
Well, that was a problem, you see. One must not allow.
And then there's that guy coming around that corner that I have to avoid.
That sounds like a
That's always scripted, that always happens, so I kind of know what's coming.
From my father.
Ethan Fry.
You knew him?
No.
All streets here.
But Mr. Green spoke of him. He sounded like an extraordinary man.
He was, Your Highness.
And your mother as well.
And, you know, go inside this park area where there's not really a whole lot of streets. Giant pond here that we have to kind of drive around.
At least from the small amount I have been told.
Cecily. I wish I could have met her.
From what Mr. Green gathered, you should...
To Parliament, please.
Hopefully those enemies there
sir.
don't get in my way. He's having a time.
Back and forth, okay. Trying to do a little jig before getting in there, I guess.
There we go.
Good day, sir.
That's happened to me before, but it didn't happen when I was practicing this mission yesterday, so I don't really know what makes that happen. But it happens sometimes, and you just have to kind of deal with it, because you can't really do much. You just have to kind of wait for them to actually decide to get inside the carriage.
Britain was to protect me according to the treaty my family signed. Instead, she took my land. And now I hear Britain intends
looking
to
for entry points.
to India. Perhaps it is time to return
Just
to
zoom
Punjab
across
to
the
her
street.
people.
And there's the racers or the policeman or whatever it is.
With an annual income for God knows how long, and now you
Which again is also still scripted, so I know it's coming.
It is not a matter of money. I cannot stand idle and watch my homeland subjected
not
to
on
the
the
yoke
marker?
of an outsider's.
Good day, sir.
May God bless you.
And there should be one more person we have to escort.
Only one more remains. To the Gladstone residence.
Getting close to the point where the turn that I have to do that normally crashes for me would
My mother smelled
make me
the
crash,
smoke.
but since we got the crash out of the
When
way,
she
hopefully it
cradled
doesn't
me in her
happen.
arms in the summer heat, I would hold
believe-
so still that she fell asleep. When I lost my kingdom, it hurt.
To the Synovian Club, straight away.
Question in chat. How many people are in this carriage right now?
There's only one
Been a lot
person
of
right
people so
now.
far.
The guy that we're escorting is like the Indian Maharaja or something that I don't really fully understand what that means. But we're escorting like British politicians that he's trying to trying to like lobby them to like give him power back to India and all that stuff. Politics that I don't fully understand. I think this is also the turn that tends to crash for me. Or it could be this next one here. One of these crashes are the ones that normally crash for me. I think it might be this one.
I am here to fight for them.
It looks like we have avoided crashing.
Hooray.
It would have been more ideal if it didn't crash in the first place, but at least we got it out of the way. Back past these fire trucks here.
Then why do they cry out to their king?
Britain has a duty to bring about peace.
They're going in front of me. All of you are going in front of me, please.
Guidance and advice. Along, much luck, Your Highness.
And that should be the last person we have to escort, and now we have to return this carriage because this is technically royal property, and we're technically a criminal by stealing it, but we had to so that we could successfully do this politics stuff. So now we have to return the carriage, and we're still dealing with have it be above 50% health. So we still have to kind of play it more safe while we're returning it. But I love how we return this with like all the scratches on it and no one questions it. Through here.
I guess that would imply that, like, during normal usage of this carriage, like, it's just a typical thing that happens. Just comes by all scratched up, no problem.
Turn it back to this little area.
A little the worse for them.
Time is actually going to come up pretty soon. Time is going to come up when the mission complete screen comes up. So get out of here. Zipline all the way across here. Probably should not have ziplined where people would actively see me, but we can easily escape all of that. And time is going to come up when the mission complete ends. There it is. That's time.
GG.
But yeah, there's EV solo missions for Assassin's Creed Syndicate. That was one of the runs of all time.
I think I'm pretty well other than the crash, I would say. I had a fun time with it.
I recently replayed this game casually like a few months ago when I was replaying the Jacket Reboot DLC and I had it crash like every few hours, so I feel like Jack the Ripper DLC is a lot less stable than the base game is for some reason. But I'm also playing on PS4, which is like 10-year-old hardware, so I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Definitely possible for sure. But where can people follow you? You have any other shout outs to give as well?
Yeah, I'm on Twitch and Twitter at PCOS6754. I don't really stream too often, and I'm kind of also off Twitter now, but I'm kind of more active on Blue Sky with just PCOS, no numbers. I talked about the Assassin's Creed community a little bit. We're like a pretty small community. No one really runs these games, so hopefully we can get more people to run these games. And because of the one guy we have who controls the community, we need more console runners. Please join me in running these games on console. We have enough PC runs on the leaderboards. We need more console runs. I guess shout out to people that I know in the community. Shout outs to TP Red Ninja, Akilo, Deathhound, Neutrino, Taz, all those people. And because it's also Valentine's Day, shouts to my girlfriends KSS and Mari. I know at least one of you was watching.
Aw.
Yeah, that's I guess basically it from me.
In that case, that's it for Do All the Things tonight, everybody. Thank you all for watching. After us will be Parallel Universe of Helix, and also Crash 4 Enhanced with Kylie as well, so stick around for that.